Live from Eldridge Park here in Orleans, Massachusetts, we welcome you to this presentation of Orleans Firebirds baseball on the Birds Broadcast Network. Tonight, Orleans faces off against the best team in the East, and the Firebirds continue their momentum and take down the first place Brewster Whitecaps. It's all coming up next, Brewster versus Orleans. And hi again, everybody. Gareth Kwok alongside my partner Carlo Jimenez and our sideline reporter Noah Searson. Glad you can join us here on this Wednesday night. Well, the Firebirds coming off a much-needed victory at Catuit yesterday. They swept the season series over the second-place Kettleers in the West. However, the schedule doesn't get much easier for the Firebirds tonight versus Brewster, and then at Bourne, the best team in the Cape League, on Friday. Orleans, they're still in fourth place right now in the East, but they're still alive in the playoff race with a record of 9-10-4. They're 3 games behind Harwich with 13 games remaining. It certainly won't be easy, and they will need some help along the way from other teams, but they have to win the games in front of them, and tonight it's versus the Brewster Whitecaps, who are on a 5-game winning streak and winners of 8 of their last 10. They currently sit at a record at 15-7-2. But for more on this matchup, let's now send it over to our sideline reporter, Noah Searson. Noah?
Yeah, appreciate it, Gareth. So welcome into another edition of the Early Bird pregame show. Noah Searson, sideline reporter, alongside fellow broadcaster, roommate extraordinary, maybe even cooking mate, Carlo Jimenez of Gareth Kwok. We got another big game tonight, an important one when we're talking about the Eastern Division standings, Carlo. But before we get into this matchup, let's talk about last night's game that finally got the Firebirds off the schneid, get the big win, travel to Catuit, which has been a very welcome destination for Orleans this year. And it was really the first time all season, Carlo, that we've seen a complete win when we're talking about hitting, pitching, and defense all in one game.
Yeah, I mean, from start to finish, the Firebirds looked like they were in control, got on the board early with those 3 runs, and kind of just rode that momentum the entire way. A nice job by Nick Wallerstedt to close it out. He continues to be excellent. But for the Birds, losing 3 in a row, going against a Catuit team that had also lost 3 in a row, somebody was going to leave with their heads down, and thankfully it wasn't Orleans. Big-time win coming into a big couple of games against Brewster and Bourne.
Yeah, these are some big games, and the Firebirds definitely need them, but they needed that confidence booster. You mentioned Wallerstedt. Some even call him the Grim Reaper. That's how great he's been on the mound. Then we're talking about hitting DeLotter, Locklear with those 2 bombs to start it off. Firebirds definitely at their best when they can get the offense going early, get those runs on the board, and then they definitely have the pitching talent to shut it down late in games. But we got a game tonight against the Eastern Division leaders right now. The Brewster Whitecaps won 8 of their last 10 games. The Whitecaps are on an absolute tear, but when you dive into their stats a bit, some of the stats aren't as great as you'd think they'd be. The batting average not super high up there, but the pitching is phenomenal on this team. They run, countless starters deep, and it's really the strength of this roster. Firebirds lineup not going to have an easy go of it tonight, Carlo.
Yeah, I mean, you look at their last 10 games in which they're 8-2, and they're hitting .219. And you wonder, how have you won 8 games hitting .219? That's because their pitching staff is at 2.2 ERA, which is by far the best on the Cape in that 10-game stretch. So they're going to rely on their pitching. They're also going to rely on seeing the ball well. This is a team that's taken 117 walks. That's way more than any other team on the Cape, and then they love to steal bases. So they get on board in different ways, not necessarily with the bat or with their eyes, and then take advantage, getting guys over.
Yeah, this team over 40 steals on the year, outpacing every other Cape League team by the mile. So don't have the best average on the team, but when they get on base, they're going to run. So it's going to be, a big key between the battery of Pat Riley, the Vandy guy on the mound tonight, and Justin Mickness to be able to, keep the runners at bay, maybe even throw a couple out. Garrett Guillemette, he had great success at that last time out through 3 Whitecaps out. So Mickness will look to follow up that performance again. And before we get into a little bit of a game, Carlo, let's preview Pat Riley, the guy on the mound for the Firebirds who had a spectacular start, his first start for Orleans when he came out. He's looking to be that Friday, Saturday guy for Vanderbilt, and he's got to prove it here on the Cape first. What are we going to see in Pat Riley tonight?
Yeah, I mean, Riley He had excellent command last time. His slider was really working. And it's kind of an interesting rivalry between him and Thomas Schultz, who started yesterday, because those two guys are two guys who are fighting for a starting spot on that Vanderbilt roster and looking to be a weekend starter. And they're going back and forth and one after the other. So you know that, maybe Pat won't admit it, but he feels a little more pressure because of Schultz's strong outing yesterday to continue to perform well.
Yeah, and I talked to Pat Riley after that big game at Harwich, and he has the calmest demeanor you would ever imagine. Even, when you're in those pressure situations, he's always dialed in. He doesn't get in his own head, and he truly is, one of the bigger professionals out here as far as how he approaches the game. So, as good as the Whitecaps pitching has been, Firebirds definitely in good hands as well. That's kind of what this game is stacking up to be. And sometimes we do keys to the game. Not going to do that tonight, though. We're going to do the Firebird draft. Got to keep it fun before we go into the off day tomorrow. So, Carlo, I've normally done with this with Cole, so I'll explain it real quick. We're going to draft some players. I got a full point system. We're going to throw it on Twitter and see, which lineup out of our two Firebird hitters can do better. You think you can handle that?
I think I can.
All right. I will tell you I won the last one, so on a bit of a hot streak, same as the Firebirds. And since I won the last one, I'm going to go first. I make my own rules. And with my first pick, I'm going with Chase DeLauder. He's been on a tear, and when you look at the corners of this outfield, you'd be foolish to not think that he can maybe poke one out tonight, wind not blowing in. So I think he gets one out tonight. Also saw him getting in those good eats before the game. He's definitely going to be fueled well. So I'm taking DeLauder with my first pick.
Yeah, I'm going to continue the trend of taking guys who are eating well. Peyton Chenier said he had a nice steak last night, so he'll be my first pick. He's the leadoff guy. And then I'm going to work down the lineup a little bit. I'm going to go Jeff Costello, the new guy out of Northeastern, who has looked terrific, a hit in every time he's started, hitting to the sixth spot. So, make sure I get my working around the lineup. I'll go those two guys.
All right, I think those are some pretty good picks. But you left me an easy choice. Luke Keeschel out of San Fran. Ever since he has actually joined the Orleans Firebirds, came over from the Cal Ripken League, dude has been an absolute stud, and he does it in those clutch situations. He plays great defense. He's been playing mostly left field since he's joined. He claimed that he had never played that position before, wouldn't have known it. He can play all over the field and has hit in some very clutch situations, can run the bases very well. I love Keeschel. And then kind of as my sleeper pick, give me David Marcano. He's, flown under the radar in a lot of these games, but I stare at left field, see 300. I know David sees it as well. He's shown his ability to hit for some power, and last time out at Eldridge, he put one over the scoreboard. I think he can put one out again tonight, a guy who has some sneaky power, so he'll round out my three, Carlo.
Yeah, and then with my last pick, you left Tyler Locklear on the board, who's got 8 hits in the last 5 games. I'm going with T-Lock. He's been one of the hottest hitters in this lineup as of late. Has really looked well, and he's back at home. So we'll see if the Cape leader in RBIs can get some more tonight.
Yeah, maybe a little, you can't put the Bash Bros together. I couldn't do it, had to keep it fair. So again, for me, that is DeLauder, Keeschel, David Marcano. Carlo, who you got?
Costello, Chatinier, and Tyler Locklear.
All right, well, be sure to get that up on our Twitter. We're going to have a pretty graphic up there. A poll, make sure to vote for Team Noah because I'm obviously going to win. I guess Carlo has a chance. You can vote for him, too. But that's all the time we have here on today's edition of the Early Bird pregame show. Big tilt, Eastern Division. Firebirds need to make it a little streak going into the off day, and it's surely to be a pitcher's matchup. So alongside Carlo Jimenez, I'm going to let you get over to the booth. He's going to sprint. He actually ran today, did some cardio, so I'm sorry, you're getting in another round of cardio right here. I'm going to sit here. Noah's here's in Sideline Reporter. I'll have reports all game long, but I'm going to send it back to Gareth Kwok in the booth for Anthem, and then first pitch at 7. Gareth?
All right, thanks so much, Noah. Back here in the broadcast table, and it is a 77-degree evening with clouds in the sky. It was sunny for most of batting practice and for most of infield, outfield, but the clouds have started to roll in here at Eldridge Park, and luckily at the beginning of this morning there was supposed to be some rain and perhaps some thunderstorms in the forecast in this morning, but it has appeared that won't be the case tonight, which thank goodness we won't have any more rain for today. We've already, I think, had plenty more rainouts than ideal. Already 4 rainouts here for Orleans this season, and so the maximum amount of games that can be played for the Firebirds will be at capped at 36. Again, no makeups and no reschedules on this 2021 Cape League schedule. And so, meanwhile, Orleans, the starting lineups have been announced, and we are just waiting for the Firebirds to take the field, and so we can have our national anthem and then get things underway here from Eldridge Park as Carlo Jimenez has sprinted over from the pregame show, and he's now back in his chair. Are you huffing and puffing? You okay?
I'm a little tired. I'm not going to lie. I'm a little tired. I had to run with the chair over my head. It was like an extra workout.
There you go. Firebirds are taking the field in their white uniforms with the red numbers and letters, with the red undershirts. All the clinic kids are following along with them in their footsteps. Maybe perhaps some future Firebirds in that group there. And let's now listen into our national anthem. All right, nice singing of our national anthem here, and the clinic kids are gonna race off the field here, and we are just about set for baseball back in Orleans for the first time since Saturday, when Orleans tied the YD Red Sox by a final score of 3-3. And let's take a look now at the starting lineup for Brewster and for manager Jamie Shevchik. Leading off will be Alex Freeland, the rising sophomore and the third baseman from the University of Central Florida. Hitting second, Jake Thompson, the first baseman from Oklahoma State. He's been one of the Brewster's top hitters. He'll hit second. Hitting third, Chris Lanzilli, rising senior from Wake Forest. He will be the DH. Hitting fourth, Spencer Jones, the center fielder from Vanderbilt. And he's been red hot at the plate. As of late, he will hit fourth. Hitting fifth, Curtis Byrne, the rising sophomore from TCU. He will be behind the plate doing the catching. Hitting sixth, Chad Castillo, the rising junior from Cal Baptist University. He'll play left field. And then Trey Faltini hitting seventh, the shortstop from the University of Texas. Porter Brown hitting eighth, the right fielder from TCU. And hitting ninth, Nick Biddison, the second baseman for Virginia Tech. And tonight's defensive alignment for Orleans will go like this. Jared McKenzie out for his second start. Since returning from an injury yesterday, he will be out in left field. Chase DeLauder in center field and Jeff Costello in right. In the infield, Luke Keischel at the hot corner at third, with David Marcano at shortstop, Baden Chanier at second base, and Tyler Locklear at first base. And it's the Kent State catcher Justin Mickness doing the catching for tonight's starting pitcher, the rising sophomore from Vanderbilt, the right-hander, Patrick Riley, a 6'3", 210-pound right-hander from Seagirt, New Jersey. Riley, who had a terrific first start with Orleans. This will be his second start of the summer, where he pitched 5 innings, did not allow a run on 3 hits, 2 walks, and 5 strikeouts on 71 pitches last Wednesday at Harwich at White House Field. So he's making his home debut with the Orleans Firebirds, and he's going to be trying to take down the best team right now in the Eastern Division, the 15-7 Brewster Whitecaps. Wearing their teal jerseys with the gray pants and the white numbers and letters, Brewster along the chest. And so Alex Freeland stands in, left-handed hitter. First pitch is a fastball at 93 miles an hour. Called for a strike, and we get things started at 7:01 p.m. local time from Orleans. A 1 pitch. Popped up down the left field line. Racing over is Jared McKenzie in foul ground. He is going to make the catch in the corner there, just ahead of the Brewster dugout, halfway up along the line. And so that's how this game gets started, with a fly out to the Baylor left fielder, Jared McKenzie. Here comes the left-handed batting, Jake Thompson, the rising senior from Oklahoma State. He's hitting .265 with a couple of home runs, 11 runs batted in. First pitch is fouled back to the screen. 0-1. Patrick Riley, the Vanderbilt right-hander, who was just finished his true freshman season. He started the year in the bullpen and then moved to be a Saturday to Sunday starter for the Commodores and for head coach Tim Corbin. 0-1. Swing and a miss on the heater, 94 miles an hour. And that's what Riley will throw that fastball at. 93, 94, and a couple of 95s as well. It's 0-2 to the Brewster first baseman, Jake Thompson. And from the windup, 0-2. Fastball up high at 95, 1-2. Riley, though, was used more like an opener, only going more than 3 innings in 3 of his 7 starts this spring. He made 16 total appearances at a 4.98 ERA. 53 strikeouts over 43 1/3 innings pitched, as Riley just misses inside with another fastball. 2-2 the count. Riley did pitch twice during the NCAA tournament for Vandy. And the 2-2. Fastball up high and in again. Count is full, 3-2. He pitched versus Georgia Tech in the regional and then versus Mississippi State in his lone appearance in the College World Series. Pitched an inning, allowed an earned run, and walked 4. 3-2 offering. Thompson with a sharp ground ball through the left side. Diving stop by Keishel to his left. Throw the first is not in time. The wide throw pulls Locklear off first base. And so it'll go as an infield hit for Jake Thompson. Nice effort by Keishel over at third. But Thompson, who does run well, and a 1-out base runner here for Chris Lanzilli.
Pat's fastball right now touching 94, 96. So it's really working for him on that velocity.
Right-handed hitting Lanzilli from Wake Forest stands in. First pitch is a slider on the outside corner, a called strike, 0-1. Lanzilli, who was just activated onto the Brewster's roster on Saturday. He's 3 for 11 with 3 runs batted in so far. Already hits in his first 3 games with Brewster. From the stretch, the 0-1. Fastball low and away. Count even at 1 to Lanzilli. One of the best power hitters in Wake Forest Demon Deacon history. Career batting average of .298 with 42 home runs and 147 runs batted in his 4 seasons at Wake Forest. 1-1 pitch. Up high, McNiss's throw down the first attack from Locklear, not in time. This is a Brewster team that likes to run a lot. They lead the league with 48 stolen bases. Second place, Katuitt with 33. They have a 15 stolen base advantage. 2-1 pitch. Broken bat, soft liner into right field. Coming on in and making the catch is Costello. Ranging to his right. And so Lanzilli is retired, and there's 2 down for Spencer Jones. And here comes a little Vandy on Vandy here. Spencer Jones versus Patrick Riley. College teammates, now enemies here on the Cape. Jones, who's hitting .342 with 2 homers, 11 runs batted in so far this summer. And he's a big guy in the box. He is 6'7", 225 pounds. First pitch is in the dirt, and a good block by Justin Mickness for ball 1. The umpires for tonight's game behind the plate calling balls and strikes is E. Tyler Bullock. First base umpire is Mike Hinojosa, and third base umpire Mickey Garcia. Those are the umpires for tonight's game. Riley at the belt. 1-0 is low. 2 balls, no strikes. Jones, who has been arguably the hottest hitter in the Brewster lineup the last several games. A Whitecaps team that is on a 5-game winning streak, and they have won 8 of their last 10 games. First place in the East. 2-0, fastball pumped in there for a called strike, 2-1. Jones went 2 for 3 yesterday with 2 doubles and 3 runs batted in. And in his last 3 games, he is 7 for 10 with 5 runs batted in. For a guy who was mostly a platoon starter for Vandy in his first year with the ball club. 2-1 pitch. Jones flies one down the left field line, headed out of play. And the count is even at 2 now to the Brewster center fielder, Spencer Jones. Patrick Riley had a stellar first start with Orleans last Wednesday at Harwich, looking to do so again tonight in front of the home crowd. The 2-2 is a cutter that runs inside, almost hit Jones right about the elbow. And it will goes full 3-2. Jake Thompson at first will get a head start with 2 down. Riley trying to retire his college teammate. 3-2. Fastball swing and a miss. 95 past Spencer Jones. And Patrick Riley, for the moment, has bragging rights over his college teammate, Spencer Jones. 1 hit, 1 left on for the Brewster Whitecaps in the top of the first. We head to the bottom of the first. No score between Brewster and Orleans when we come back.
The Cape Cod would like to welcome our new sponsor,
Mosquito Marys.
Locally owned, family-operated business that provides all natural mosquito and tick services. Call 86 Ask Mary or go to mosquitomarys.com. Mention the Cape Cod Baseball League. Get your first treatment for only $29. Cape Cod Coca-Cola thanks you for supporting the Cape Cod Baseball League. And for
I told you will not be able to get through this.
I can't do it.
Cape Cod Coca-Cola thanks you for supporting the Cape Cod Baseball League and for refreshing yourself with ice-cold Coca-Cola products. Please remember to recycle your empty bottles, cans, and all other recyclable materials. It takes only 6 recycled plastic bottles to make a new baseball cap. See, I told you would not be able to get through this.
It was a bad idea.
You tried.
It was a bad idea.
And you...
That is on me.
Dude, you are cackling, man.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Oh, my goodness. What a start. It's bottom 1 here from Eldridge Park. No score. Gareth Quagg alongside this guy, Carlo Jimenez. And our sideline reporter, Noah Searson. Time to introduce the starting lineup for Orleans tonight, and for manager Kelly Nicholson, leading off Peyton Jeanier back in the starting lineup. The Ole Miss second baseman will hit first. Luke Keishel, who's been off to a great start with Orleans since arriving last week, he'll play third and hit second. Jace DeLauder, the James Madison center fielder, will hit third. Tyler Locklear, the VCU first baseman, hits fourth, with Corey Acton hitting fifth, the DH and the future Georgia Bulldog. Hitting sixth, Jeff Costello, the right fielder from Northeastern, getting his first home start. And then Jared McKenzie in left and hitting seventh, with Justin Mickness hitting eighth. The Kent State catcher behind the plate, and hitting ninth, David Marcano, the shortstop from NJIT. Defensive alignment for Brewster in this one. Castillo in left, Jones in center with Brown in right field. And then on the left side of the infield, Freeland at third, Faltini at short, with Biddison at second, Thompson at first, and Curtis Byrne behind the plate doing the catching. For tonight's starting pitcher, the rising sophomore and the right-hander from Wake Forest, Teddy McGraw, a 6'2", 210-pound right-hander from Oneonta, New York. And McGraw, he finished this season as a true freshman on the squad, and in 19 appearances had a 4.42 ERA in 18 in the third innings pitched. Had 19 walks, over 22 strikeouts. However, here on the Cape, he's been a much better pitcher. In 4 starts, he has a 2.75 ERA in 16 in the third innings pitch with 16 strikeouts, over 6 walks. He's been one of their most consistent starters all summer long. And so he will be making his first start against Orleans, and he will face off against Peyton Chanier first. And the right-hander kicks and throws. First pitch is a fastball at 95 on the outside corner, 0-1. Chanier hitting .296, 3 homers, 10 runs batted in on the summer for the Ole Miss second baseman. 0-1 pitch, fastball low and away, and that fastball sitting around the mid-90s like Patrick Riley, so there's some high velocity between these two starters already early on. 1-1 pitch. Chanier takes on the outside again, 1-2. The count now. Is Chanier, Kieshel, and DeLauder here to begin this ball game for Orleans. 1-2. Fastball just a bit outside, says home plate umpire Tyler Bullock. And it's 2-2. Chanier has collected a hit in 10 of his 14 games here with Orleans, and 5 of them have been multi-hit games. 2-2 pitch, breaking ball, swing and a miss. Chanier goes down swinging, and that's how the game gets started for Brewster. An opening strikeout for the rising sophomore from Wake Forest, Teddy McGraw, 1 away. So here comes Luke Kieshel now. Keish, as they like to call him on the team. Hitting .345 with a home run, 5 runs batted in. And the first offering is tapped foul off his ankle. And it's 0-1 to the Firebirds third baseman out of the University of San Francisco. Was activated onto the roster last Monday on the 12th of July. A guy that has been getting some reps not only at third base and shortstop, but also in left field. Jack Bolger still day-to-day. Jared McKenzie back in the lineup, but it never hurts to have some extra depth. 0-1. Kieshel swing and a miss. Wow, he was way out in front on that breaking ball, and it's 0-2. Kieshel so far on a 5-game hitting streak. He went 3 for 5 yesterday at Katuitt with a double. He is seeing the ball real well ever since coming from the Cal Ripken League and with the Gaithersburg Giants. 0-2 pitch. Kieshel rolls one over the third. Backhanded stab by Freeland. Sets his feet, fires across the diamond. And he got him by about a half step. 2 down on a good play by the UCF third baseman, Alex Freeland, at the hot corner.
Kieshel looked like he thought he had that one beaten out. Looked towards first base umpire Michael Hinojosa. Made the safe sign with his hands, but Hinojosa disagreed.
So here comes Chase DeLauder now. The James Madison center fielder, left-handed batter versus the righty McGraw. First pitch is a fly ball hit deep to center field. Jones racing back, still going back, and right shy of the fence, he makes the catch. A 400-foot out off the bat of Chase DeLauder to the deepest part of Eldridge Park, and that will retire the side. A 1-2-3 first inning thrown by Teddy McGraw as we head to the second. No score between Brewster and Orleans, and we'll be right back here on the Birds Broadcast Network. Welcome back to Eldridge Park here on the Birds Broadcast Network. Firebirds taking on the Brewster Whitecaps. Last time these two teams met off was on July 5th, and Brewster defeated Orleans 5-2 on the Monday after 4th of July. And as a matter of fact, that's the last time Orleans won a home game here at Eldridge, was that 4th of July game. So it's been over 2 weeks since Orleans has won at home. First pitch to Curtis Byrne is a pop-up, diving stop by Tyler Locklear, right by the first base coach's box, and he makes the catch in foul ground. 1 pitch, 1 out, as Riley just sawed off Curtis Byrne's bat. And 1 is retired to start off the second. And so a good play by the VCU third baseman Tyler Locklear, who's been getting a lot more reps at first base as the season has gone along for the corner infielder. Left-handed batter Chad Castillo takes a little bit inside for ball 1. Chad Castillo, the rising junior, the left fielder from Cal Baptist University. 1-0, swing and a miss. Look like a changeup from Riley. Castillo waves and misses. 1 ball, 1 strike. Castillo 5 for 17 this summer. He does have a home run, 4 runs batted in. 1-1 pitch, just misses the outside. 2-1. Castillo had to take a red eye from his hometown at Santa Ana, California, across the country to get to Brewster. 2-1, fastball at the knees, called strike 2, 2 balls, 2 strikes. With Trey Faltini on deck for Brewster. And in his first game with Brewster, Castillo knocked a home run in his Brewster debut. 2-2. Fastball skips in the dirt and gets past the backhanded reach of Justin Mickness, and the count goes full 3-2. It's a new look lineup for this Brewster team. No longer do they have Colin Davis, who was their best player all around. Hitting, power, and speed. He's been drafted in the 7th round. 3-2 pitch, fastball is taken up high for ball 4. And so a 1-out walk issued to Chad Castillo here in the second.
And this is how this Brewster team gets their offense going. They're not going to get a lot of hits. They're not going to get a lot of extra base hits, but it's the walks and then the activity on the base paths. Now let's see Riley giving up his first walk of the night, how Brewster reacts.
So here's Faltini now, the shortstop from the University of Texas. Hitting just 172. He's got 5 hits and 29 at-bats with a home run, 3 runs batted in. First pitch fouled back off to the right. 0-1 to Faltini. As I was talking about, Colin Davis, a 7th round selection by the Seattle Mariners for the outfielder out of Wofford. And then Zach Neto, who was their other best hitter from Campbell. And he was raking, but then injured himself, injured his ankle, as Riley with a throw over to first, and it gets past Locklear and goes down the right field line. Turning the corner at second is Castillo. Locklear will hold, and Castillo is now in the third on a errant throw from Patrick Riley, trying to check on Castillo at first. Just off the tip of Locklear's glove, and it just rolled down the right field line, almost toward the fans along that hill there. And so Castillo 90 feet away with 1 out. The infield is going to play about halfway in. No balls and a strike to Faltini. Breaking ball, swing and a miss. Sweeping slider. And Faltini down in the count 0-2. And Kelly Nicholson telling his infield, bring it all in. Castillo at third. Opportunity for Brewster to open up the scoring. No balls and 2 strikes. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Another slider, and Faltini goes down swinging. Second strikeout for Patrick Riley tonight. The infield will go back to normal depth with 2 down, as here comes Porter Brown, the right fielder from Texas Christian University.
Big strikeout there from Riley. He relaxed the infield, and now an opportunity to get out of this inning after the poor throwing error to get Castillo all the way to third.
Righty versus lefty, first pitch. Look out, high and in. Brown has to turn himself around to make sure he didn't get hit up in the helmet area. He does have a face guard to protect the cheekbone and the chin area there. 1-0 to Brown. Rising redshirt sophomore. Was really struggled here on the Cape. He's just 3 hits and 36 at-bats. Riley sails one up high and away on the 1-0. 2-0 now. Brown, though, on the regular season for the Horned Frogs, he had his best year yet as primarily TCU's leadoff hitter. He hit .342. And a 2-0 pitch, fastball in tight again, 3-0. So Patrick Riley right now trying to command the fastball. He's got a lot of velocity right now in the 93-94 range, but it's been a little bit scattered all over the strike zone. 3-0. Fastball up high, and that's a 4-pitch walk. So Brown will take first. Second walk issued by Riley tonight. And good speed at first in Porter Brown. And here comes Nick Biddison now for Brewster.
Yeah, Brown has already 3 stolen bases on the summer and stole 8 at his time at TCU. And with runners at the corners and 2 outs, would not be surprised with how aggressive Brewster is on the base paths if number 4 is off and running from first.
Right-handed batting Biddison from Virginia Tech. Awaits the first pitch. And a slider is up high, and Justin Mickness is going to call for time to go talk to Pat Riley on the mound. But meanwhile, Brewster, no longer do they have Colin Davis, no Zach Neto, 2 of their best hitters. But Spencer Jones has really stepped up, as well as the reinforcements from Castillo and Lanzilli. The best team right now in the East with a 3-game lead over second place Harwich. And they are in position to have home field in the Eastern Division Finals, which would be a 3-game series. 1-0 pitch, breaking ball, topped over the short. Marcano fields it, underhand toss to second for the 4th out in time, and that will retire the side. No runs on no hits, 1 error, and 2 are left stranded as Patrick Riley works out of it. On we go now to the bottom of the second. 0-0 score when we return here on the Birds Broadcast Network.
Hi, I'm Steve Anzoni, owner of Fairway Financial and Cape Cod's Retirement Income Specialist. If you want to hit a home run with your retirement income plan, schedule a time to meet with me today.
Get more details at fairwayfinancial.net. That's fairwayfinancial.net.
Back here on the Birds Broadcast Network, Gareth Kwok alongside Carlo Jimenez and our sideline reporter, Noah Searson. Game number 24 on the schedule. Hard to believe that we're approaching about 2 weeks left on the Cape League schedule. And it's returned since COVID-19 canceled 2020, but it's been a lot of fun following this team and following along with the other teams in the league and just having some summer baseball back here after the pandemic. Orleans Firebirds trying to continue their momentum after yesterday's win at Cotuit. Yesterday's win broke a 3-game winless streak. And Tyler Locklear will get things started. The 4, 5, and 6 hitters against Teddy McGraw. First pitch, breaking ball, check swing. On the appeal, no, says first base umpire Mike Hinojosa. 1-0 to the VCU first baseman, Tyler Locklear, the Atlantic 10 Player of the Year, who's hitting .244 with 6 homers, 20 runs batted in. 1-0. Locklear breaks his bat and rolls it over to third. Charging and fielding is Freeland, sets his feet, fires to first in time. Locklear breaks his bat as McGraw carved him inside. And there's one away here in the bottom of the second. And here comes Corey Acton now, the former Florida Gator, now committed to Georgia. Corey hitting .231, 6 hits and 26 ABs. Does have 3 doubles as well. Takes the first pitch outside for ball 1. Has 3 doubles and an RBI. He's been also another guy, sort of a new acquisition who has done well at the plate. Swing and the miss on the 1-0. 94 miles an hour from McGraw on the fastball, 1-1. Left-handed batter. From the wind, 1-1. Fastball on the outside, taken for strike 2, 1-2. With the right-handed batting Jeff Costello from Northeastern on deck for the Firebirds. On this 77-degree evening, slight humidity here at Eldridge Park, no wind. The flag in right center is silent. 1-2 is outside at 95, and it's 2-2.
Definitely one of the higher velocity starters the Firebirds have seen this summer. And Teddy McGraw sitting at 95.
2-2 pitch. Slider that is just a bit up high, and the count runs full, 3-2. And this is a stark contrast from yesterday's starter, Carlo. Trey Holland, the left-hander for Cotuit, who was sitting tops at around 82, 83.
That slider just dropped in at 84.
3-2. Acton swings and pops one foul down the left field line onto Route 28. And the count remains full, 3-2. So from facing a guy like Holland from the Kettleers, who was topping around 82, 83, and his breaking ball was around the mid-60s, to a guy who's throwing 95. 3-2 slider outside, ball 4. A nice at-bat from Corey Acton, as McGraw tried to backdoor that slider. Instead, it's a 1-out walk for Jeff Costello.
The Firebirds get their first base runner of the night. See if they can take advantage.
Here's Costello. Right-handed batter from Northeastern, the rising senior, who was activated onto the roster on Sunday. In 3 games with the Firebirds, he is 4 for 12 at the plate. First pitch. Costello takes inside with the fastball, ball 1. And he's done a nice job serving as Orleans' right fielder. And he has hits in his first 3 games. 1-0 pitch. McGraw, line drive into center field, a base hit. Almost took the head off of Teddy McGraw there. Over to second goes Acton. Costello at first. And make that now 4 hits in his first 4 games for Jeff Costello. And here comes now Jared McKenzie, the left fielder out of Baylor. First hit for Orleans today, and here comes McKenzie. Left-handed batter, hitting .211 with 3 runs batted in on the summer. Look over at second, and the first pitch. Fastball taken outside, ball 1 to McKenzie. 1 ball, no strikes. Jared making his second start back in the lineup, recovering from the black eye and the collision that he had with him and Jack Bolger on Friday at Wareham. 1-0 pitch, poked foul down the left field line. 1 ball, 1 strike. In his first game back, since taking a couple of games off to let that eye heal up, it was really swollen. But the swelling has gone down. In that first game back yesterday at Katuitt, he reached base all 4 times with a hit and 3 walks. Pokes one foul again down the left field line on the Route 28, and it's 1-2.
Yeah, McKenzie, you talked about it, got that swollen eye, one he couldn't see out of the first day back. And then he took 3 walks, which doubled his total all season. So I don't know what it was about the swollen eye, but all of a sudden he was seeing the strike zone perfectly.
McGraw staring into Curtis Burns' signs and now steps off the slab. And he'll reset. 1-2. And McKenzie's had some tough luck with injuries this summer. He was hitting the helmet a couple of weeks ago on the pitch. Fastball up and in. Got him square on the forehead. 1-2. Fly ball, shallow hit down the left field line. Racing over and unable to make the catch is Freeland and the left fielder Castillo. It'll drop foul. And we'll do it again. 1 ball, 2 strikes. McKenzie had a fastball run in on his helmet. He was down on the ground for a couple of minutes before being able to get up and walk down the first. And he exited that game for about a half inning. Went through concussion protocol, and then they inserted him back in. He was all right. And then on Friday, last Friday at Wareham, the scary collision with him and Jack Bolger, which Bolger's told us pregame he's still doing all right. His knee is still not 100%. He's still gimping around a little bit, but hope to see him out on the field sooner rather than later, and we'll continue to evaluate him and update you on a day-by-day basis. McGraw ready, 1-2. Swing and a miss. Backdoor slider by McGraw, and McKenzie's down swinging. Strikeout number 2 on the ball game for Teddy McGraw, the Wake Forest right-hander. And here comes Justin Mickness now out of Kent State. Mickness hitting .207. 6 hits and 29 at-bats with a couple of runs batted in. Trying to drive in the first run of the ball game for Orleans. Left-handed batter, first pitch. Fastball right on the outside corner, a called strike. 0-1 to Justin Mickness, who in 6 at-bats has only 1 hit with runners in scoring position. A look over at second from McGraw, deals. 0-1 fastball, just off the outside, 1-1. So Mickness has not had a ton of opportunities with runners in scoring position. Orleans trying to strike first here in the bottom of the second. Still no score. And just getting things started from Eldridge Park. 1-1 pitch. Outside with the fastball. 2-1. Corey Acton at second base and Jeff Costello at first base for the Firebirds. Trying to snap Brewster's 5-game winning streak. The Whitecaps have won 8 of their last 10 games, and they're coming off a victory at Gov Fuller Field in Falmouth, defeating the Falmouth Commodores 7-1 last night. 2-1. Mickness takes in the dirt. Both runners stay put. And a nice block from Byrne behind the plate. And it's 3 balls and a strike with David Marcano on deck for the Firebirds. Brewster is 5-4-2 on the road. They got 5 wins, 4 losses, 2 ties. At home, though, more impressively, they are 10-3. So they've been able to find success both at home and on the road. 3 balls and a strike. Fastball, outside ball 4. a pretty easy take for Justin Mickness, who's one of the most patient hitters for Orleans in this lineup. He's tied for the lead on the team in walks, and now he's taken the lead in sole possession. He's got 10 walks on the summer. And so Teddy McGraw now. Curtis Byrne, the catcher. And we'll have a mound visit here with pitching coach Scott Landers. Bases loaded, 2 down, and David Marcano with an opportunity to drive in 1 or maybe 2 Orleans base runners.
Firebirds an opportunity against McGraw, who coming off a rough outing against Chatham, giving up those 3 earned runs on 7 hits, and Orleans has been gifted 2 base runners here with the walk. So can they take advantage of this opportunity? Something they've done well in their wins is taking advantage of walks and errors by other teams. Let's see if Marcano can put the Birds on the board.
Marcano with just 2 hits and 17 at-bats. He does have a home run and 2 runs batted in. Right-handed batter, first pitch, and a big chopper slowly hit to second. Fielding it is Biddison. Throw on the run to first, and it's in time as Thompson keeps his foot on first, and the side is retired. Marcano retired on 1 pitch. Orleans strands the bases loaded on 1 hit. And we will head to the 3rd. Still no score from Eldridge Park. It's Brewster nothing, Orleans nothing. And now let's send it over to our sideline reporter, Noah Searson. Noah?
Yeah, appreciate it, Garrett. So it's nice to be home. A lot of familiar faces, but also some new ones. It seems like every game now we're getting a couple new guys joining the team. The latest is Jared Southard. He's a pitcher out of Texas. Comes over from the Northwoods League when he was playing for the Duluth Huskies. And I talked to him a bit before the game, just kind of getting to know him a bit. And he revealed to me that he was actually childhood neighbors with Hayden Thomas, who also pitches for this team, an all-star for this team. And I thought that was the neatest thing ever. I asked him what their relationship was like, and he said they were actually pretty good friends. They went to middle school together, went to high school together, and he said although Hayden is a couple years older than he is, he kind of always looked at him like an older brother, a mentor, not only as a pitcher kind of in his development, but also in life. So Jared, while he's new to Orleans, he's already got a buddy in Hayden. Kind of a cool story. And while they grew up a couple houses down from each other, they're also staying at their host family houses just a couple houses down as well. I'm going to have a full conversation with Jared after the 5th inning out in the bullpen, so stay tuned for that. But for now, I figured I'd give you guys that little bit on that one, guys.
All right, thanks so much, Noah. And that's a great little nugget there on Jared Southard, who was just activated onto the roster this morning. Same hometown as Hayden Thomas from Leander, Texas. And Hayden will get the start on Friday. He's the Friday probable at Bourne. And so perhaps we'll see a little bit of Thomas on Friday, maybe Southard out of the bullpen on Friday as well. A couple of Texas guys facing off against Bourne on Friday, which we will be live from Dorn Park at on our next telecast. So stay tuned. We are off tomorrow, off day Thursday, and then back at it Friday against the Bourne Braves, the best team on the Cape. Alex Freeland, top of the order, dude up here against Pat Riley. First pitch is low and in for ball 1. Freeland, who fouled out to left in his first at-bat. 1-0 pitch is popped up in the infield. First baseman Locklear behind the bag, sits underneath it, and with 2 hands secures the pop-up for out number 1.
It's the 3rd straight inning that Riley has sat down the first batter really quickly. Did it in 2 pitches against Freeland in the first, and only takes 1 here in the 3rd.
Well, coming in, it was going to be a pitcher's duel, as advertised. Our analytics guys telling us beforehand, many scouts want to see these 2 pitchers in McGraw and Riley, as the first pitch to Jake Thompson is lined down the right field line and ranging over far to his left. And making the catch is Jeff Costello. Nice play by the Northeastern outfielder to rob a base hit away from Jake Thompson. The Brewster first baseman returns back to the dugout, and there's 2 gone.
2 pitches, 2 outs. Can't get much more efficient than that if you're Patrick Riley.
Here's Chris Lanzilli, right-handed batter. First pitch, slider is up high for ball 1. So again, we'll be off tomorrow. Enjoy the off day before back on Friday from Doran Park against Bourne. 6 p.m. first pitch. We'll have pregame at 5:45. As 1-0 is a front door slider right down the middle for a called strike. 1-1. Lanzilli flew out to right. His first time up. 1-1. Pass ball up high. 2-1. To Chris Lanzilli. His 42 career home runs with Wake Forest is tied for 8th all-time in program history. 2-1 pitch. Another high pop-up on the infield. Mickness takes off the mask. Now the pitcher, Patrick Riley, calls him off, and he makes the catch just in front of the grass. Riley taking command, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for the Vanderbilt right-hander, Patrick Riley. We head now to the bottom of the 3rd. Brewster nothing, Orleans nothing. We'll be right back here on the Birds Broadcast Network.
Well, Garrett, let's go around the Cape and see what else is going on here on our CCBL scoreboard. Everybody is playing today, and everybody will have tomorrow off. And that will be the case the final 2 weeks of the season. The Orleans Firebirds, well, we have one final so far on this Wednesday night. Harwich defeating YD 11-1. The Mariners have a strong hold on the 2nd spot in the Eastern Division. That game only going 7 innings. 4 other games in action. Scoreless at Doran Park. Falmouth on top of Bourne. Top of the 7th, Wareham leads Hyannis 2-0 at McKeon Park. And Chatham, an explosion on the offensive end, 8-0 over Catuit at Veterans Field. Kettleers in danger of dropping 5 in a row.
Wow, they're still on the bottom of the 2nd in that one. What did the Anglers have for breakfast?
They're Wheaties.
I guess so. Well, thanks again for the Around the Cape League score update. Harwich taking down YD 11-1. Wow, in commanding fashion. So Mariners increasing their lead over 3rd place YD. Orleans, meanwhile, trying to slowly make up some ground here with 13 games remaining on the schedule. Firebirds down 3 games for that 2nd place spot of Harwich, so they need to get on a little run here. They're hoping yesterday's win will be the start of that. As Peyton Chanier digs in here against Teddy McGraw, out for his 3rd inning of work. First pitch, slider is low for ball 1. Chanier thought about swinging, instead he held back. The check swing on the appeal. No, says Mike Hinojosa over at first. That was an awfully late appeal. One-0 pitch. Chanier fouls it off his bat, and it ricochets off towards Luke Keishel, and it hit his bat, and then the ball ricocheted out in front of the mound. That was a odd little play there. Luckily everybody's okay.
There's a pinball machine out here.
Sure was. 1-1 from McGraw. Line drive, left field, and caught by the shortstop Faltini on the edge of the infield grass. 1 away in the 3rd. So Teddy McGraw, his 4.42 ERA was the lowest by a true freshman on the Wake Forest pitching staff. A nice year for him, where he was coming off Tommy John and missed his senior season of high school. As Keishel lifts the first pitch in the foul ground by the first base side, that'll drop foul onto the hill and behind the screen. It's 0-1. So McGraw, who only led up 2 earned runs across his final 12 appearances, is still adjusting to the college game in his first couple of appearances, but then really settled in nicely, and he's been able to continue that momentum here on the Cape. The 0-1. Off the hands, popped up foul down the first base side. Almost by the same spot, Keishel fouled the first pitch, and it's 0-2.
And Jake Thompson has lost his hat twice flying over into foul territory. He's got to check the cap size.
He's getting the workout over at first base for the Oklahoma State first baseman. 0-2. McGraw, who selected Wake Forest over Notre Dame and Binghamton, didn't get a ton of offers. But he looks to be a stud for that pitching staff moving forward as Keishel fouls one straight back to the backstop, and it's still 0-2. Last summer, McGraw pitched for the Amsterdam Mohawks in the Perfect Game Collegiate Baseball League. He had a 1-1 record with a 4.36 ERA, struck out 18 in 10 1/3 innings pitched. From the wind, the 0-2. Keishel pops one up in the shallow center field. Backing up and calling for it is the second baseman Biddison. And while backpedaling, he makes the catch. And there's the second out of the third. So 2 down, nobody on, and here comes Chase DeLauder. The left-handed bat from James Madison, who flew out to center his first time up. And he struck that ball real well. About a 400-foot out. First pitch outside and off the tip of Burns' glove. It rolls to the backstop, 1-0. Any other ballpark, that might be a home run for Chase DeLauder, but not here at Eldridge Park, where it's 434 to dead center. 1-0. Slider that just misses the outside. 2-0 to DeLauder. Got this scoring going yesterday at Catuit with a 2-run moonshot over the right field fence. 2-0. Fastball outside corner, a called strike at 93 miles an hour. 2-1.
First time we've really seen him truly pull a baseball. And boy, was it gone.
Everybody at Lowell Park knew it was gone, including DeLauder. 2-1. Fastball inside corner, called strike 2. Count even at 2 now to DeLauder with Tyler Locklear on deck. No score here from Eldridge Park. The 2-2 pitch. Slider just misses the inside. Pretty good pitch from McGraw. And the count is full 3-2. DeLauder's home run yesterday. He's back tied for the league in home runs with Owen Diodati of Wareham. They're going to be in the battle for that home run crown as DeLauder swings and fouls one off his foot on the payoff pitch. Count remains 3-2.
Well, DeLauder knows he just swung a ball 4 there. Walked off, adjusted his helmet. Chase has a good eye. 9 walks taken this year. And we've seen him take some really close pitches.
And pitchers are starting to pitch a little bit more carefully, knowing the power of DeLauder and how dangerous he is. Certainly a lot more corners that these pitchers have been trying to catch. The 3-2. DeLauder hits it on the ground into right field, a base hit. 2-out base runner for Orleans. Second hit of the ball game for the Firebirds as Chase DeLauder is on board now. And here comes his good buddy, Tyler Locklear.
That's a nice piece of hitting by DeLauder. Works the count full, fights off a couple pitches, and then puts one on the ground into right. It's start of the year is saying Chase DeLauder is this great power hitter, but really it's involved too. He can do it all. Contact, power, running on the base paths, complete package on the offensive end.
The right-handed bat of Locklear stands in now. First pitch. Fastball very low. Ball 1. Locklear went back-to-back with DeLauder yesterday at Catuit. DeLauder hit a 2-run bomb, and then Locklear followed up with a solo shot down the left field line. His second home run at Lowell Park this summer. 1-0. Fastball outside again. 2-0. Part of a 2-hit, 2 RBI night for the VCU third baseman. And a solo home run and an RBI single against the Kettleers. McGraw gets the sign from Byrne. DeLauder at first. 2-0. Breaking ball on the inside for a called strike. 2-1. Locklear with 20 runs batted in on the summer. He's tied for second in the league in RBIs. Here's a 2-1. In the dirt. Locklear check swing. Did he hold up? Yes. And so it's 3-1. DeLauder, who does have good speed, not base stealing speed, but it's good speed. He has 2 stolen bags on the summer. McGraw with the peek over at first now. Comes set. 3-1 pitch. Fouled off of Locklear's foot. And so another full count, 3-2. Chase DeLauder. He'll get a head start at first with 2 outs. Firebirds facing the best team in the East, the 2017 Cape League champions. Brewster has done a complete 180 from their 2019 season, last time they played, where they were last in the East Division. They went 18, 22, and 4, and right now they're already at 15 wins. Runner goes, 3-2. Line drive into center field, a base hit. DeLauder hits the bag at second, and with the head start, he's over at third. The ball gets away from the center fielder, Jones. DeLauder being waved in, and he will score. Locklear in the second on the error there from Jones out in center field. Firebirds will take it. It's 1-0 here in the last of the third.
And a nice job by Tyler Locklear, just reaching for one, able to poke it out into center field. And the Firebirds able to capitalize. You'll take them any way you can get them against a pitching staff that has allowed just 2 runs a game over their last 5 games. And that's a big one to put the Firebirds up early, 1-0.
A line drive into center field. DeLauder was going to hold at third, but that ball got past Spencer Jones, the Vanderbilt center fielder, and allowed DeLauder to easily score on the E8. Here's Corey Acton now. First pitch, slider that wraps into the middle of the zone for a called strike, and now Byrne will call for time, and he'll go talk to Teddy McGraw. So it will not go as an RBI for Tyler Locklear. DeLauder scores on the E8. And Locklear standing at second now, in scoring position for Corey Acton, who drew a walk his first time up against Teddy McGraw. One run on 2 hits and 1 error for the Firebirds so far. 0-1. Acton takes a heater outside. Count even at 1 to the future Georgia Bulldog, Corey Acton. Corey's been getting a lot of starts at DH the last 3 to 4 games. He can play some corner infield as well as second base. 1-1 pitch. Slider poked foul on the Route 28 and into the woods. And now he's behind 1-2 with Jeff Costello on deck. Firebirds have scored first in this bottom of the third inning on a base hit from Tyler Locklear and some help from the Brewster defense on an error by Spencer Jones that allows DeLauder to score. 1-2. In the dirt, swung on and missed. Strike 3. Acton goes down swinging. Strikeout number 3 for Teddy McGraw, but Orleans has a 1-0 lead. A hit from Tyler Locklear, an error from Spencer Jones out in center field. And we will head now to the 4th. Orleans up 1-0, and Let's now send it over to our sideline reporter, Noah Searson. Noah?
Yeah, appreciate it, Gareth. After the third inning, you know what that means, trivia, but we're putting a little spin on it, and it's going to be which former Firebird am I? I'm going to throw 3 clues at you. I'll also throw it up on Twitter, and you got to guess which Firebird it applies to. So the first clue is that I played my college ball at the University of Hawaii. The second clue is that in my one season here on the Cape, I hit .341, was also named a CCBL All-Star. And then the third clue is that I won back-to-back Gold Glove Awards in 2019 and 2020. We'll get all those clues up there on Twitter at Orleans Firebirds. Tweet us all your answers. And if you get the answer right, you might have the chance at getting shouted out on the broadcast. Again, you're guessing which former Firebird those 3 clues apply to. Guys in the booth, maybe you have an idea, maybe you don't. I'll send it back to you guys. No spoilers, though. Just let me know if you have an idea of who it is.
Appreciate it, Noah. Gareth, any ideas?
No, I don't have an idea, and I'm not trying to ruin any surprises here. I genuinely don't know.
Nothing. Yeah, I couldn't tell you either. It's too hard.
It's not easy, man. Where does he come up with these questions?
The great Noah Searson.
The great Noah Searson himself. Call him the greatest showman.
Welcome back to the top of the 4th inning here at Eldridge Park. Orleans 1, Brewster nothing. First pitch to the lefty, Spencer Jones, and he takes a strike on the inside. Vanderbilt on Vanderbilt here. Jones struck out swinging his first time up. Spencer 7 for 10 in his last 3 games, 5 RBIs. 0-1. Breaking ball misses way high. And the count 1 ball and 1 strike. Jones' error in the bottom of the 3rd, the reason Orleans holds the 1-0 lead. A single by Tyler Locklear up the middle that went under the glove of Jones. 0-1. Misses inside as he leans back. And the count, 1 ball, 1 strike. 2 balls and 1 strike. Ball goes under the glove of Jones. Chase DeLauder comes around third, and he scores. And Tyler Locklear and DeLauder continue their dominance. 2-1, swing and a miss. And Riley a chance to sit down his teammate 2 times in a row. The count, 2 balls, 2 strikes. The lights are on. A partly cloudy day. The 2-2. Way upstairs. Mickness pops out of his squat to stab that one. And the count runs full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. A day, Gareth, where we weren't sure we were going to play. But the weatherman isn't right 100% of the time, and certainly not today. Here comes a 3-2 to the plate. And a swing and a miss. Jones is sat down. A swinging strikeout. The 3rd of the game for Patrick Riley. And up comes Curtis Byrne with 1 out and the base is empty.
Even though I'm sure Spencer Jones has seen plenty of Patrick Riley in inter-squad scrimmages, and he still can't catch up to that fastball, which Riley is pumping in right now in the mid-90s.
Right-handed batter Burns digs in with the bases empty and 1 out. Top of the 4th inning, Orleans 1, Brewster nothing. Pitch home. Breaking ball misses inside. 1 ball and no strikes. The forecast had us in a thunderstorm at this point of the night with rain and lightning. Here comes a 1-0. Misses upstairs. 2 balls and no strikes. Our own Bob O'Donnell was telling us, yeah, he didn't bring a chair. He didn't expect there to be a game today. Here we are in the 4th inning. The 2-0. Check swing, and Burns gets a piece as that ball pops out of the glove of Mickness. And the count, 2 balls and 1 strike. Firebirds looking for their first home win since July 4th when the Anglers visited from Chatham. Only played 4 home games in between then and now. 2-1. And a swing and a ground ball to second. Second baseman Chatinier waits for it, gobbles it up from deep in the dirt. He'll toss to first. Curtis Byrne retired. And there's 2 gone in the top of the 4th inning. For Riley, that is 6 in a row. He has sat down. Left-handed batter Chad Castillo, junior out of Cal Baptist University, digs in. The hill is full on this humid night. A lot of fans back here at Miss Eldridge, especially out in right center. First pitch home. Strike on the outside edge to Castillo. And the count, no balls, 1 strike. Orleans with a 1-0 lead over Brewster, thanks to an error by Spencer Jones. Ball goes under his glove after the single by Tyler Locklear, 0-1. Strike at the top of the zone. No balls and 2 strikes. Round 3 between Brewster and Orleans. Firebirds winning round 1, 19-6. And they had 7 home runs here at Eldridge, 0-2. Strike 3 at the knees. Strikeout number 4 for Patrick Riley. As he sits down Castillo looking and will head to the bottom of the 4th. 3 up, 3 down. Riley's retired 7 in a row. We'll step aside and come right back on the Birds Broadcast Network.
All right, fans, the Orleans Firebirds would like to thank Franklin Sports for their sponsorship of the Cape Cod Baseball League. Franklin is yet again proud to be the official batting glove of the Cape Cod Baseball League. Throughout the summer, all 10 Cape League teams are wearing their own custom team batting gloves, courtesy of Franklin Sports. To order your favorite team's design or to create your own, visit franklinsports.com/custom. Enter code CCBL20 for 20% off your purchase. That's enter code CCBL20 for 20% off your purchase. From Cape Cod to the major leagues, only the best hitters in baseball wear Franklin gloves. And fans, tonight's broadcast is sponsored by Rogers Gray. Catchers aren't the only one protecting home. With Rogers Gray, you have more coastal homeowners insurance options and a true expertise in their people. Protect your home with Rogers Gray. Rogers Gray is a proud sponsor of the Cape Cod Baseball League. Learn more at rogersgray.com.
Appreciate it, Gareth. Excellence as always, even when you're reading off a computer and not paper. Doesn't matter.
Yeah. Hey, you don't gotta tell them. No, I'm just kidding. It's fine. It's okay. Our actual physical paper is torn apart.
Rest in peace.
R.I.P. 2021 to 2021.
To the bottom of the 4th inning we go. The clouds are peachy. The sun is setting in right field. And it's a beautiful night of baseball here in Orleans, Massachusetts. Firebirds leading the Brewster Whitecaps 1-0. And they'll look to add to the lead as up comes the right-handed bat of Jeff Costello. It'll be Costello, Mackenzie Mickness, 6, 7, 8 for the Firebirds. We're looking to grab a mini winning streak after dropping 3 in a row, a win yesterday against Catuit. Trying to ride that momentum into today. First pitch. Downstairs to Costello. Count 1 ball and no strikes. Costello picked up the first hit off McGraw in the 2nd inning. 1-0, misses downstairs again. 2 balls and no strikes. Jeff has been terrific. That hit in the 2nd makes it 4 straight games with a hit. 2-0. In the dirt again, 3 balls and no strikes. So Costello with a base hit in every game he has played. Got a chance to introduce ourselves for the first time before today's game. Jeff said before this he was just playing in a local league. Want to make sure he was still getting his at-bats. 3-0. Strike 1 at the knees. 3 balls and 1 strike. Costello said he got a call Saturday at 12 and showed up here at 3 o'clock. 3-1. Strike on the outside. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Made the drive from just outside of Boston, around Northeastern, and has made an immediate impact with his Orleans team. 3-2 to the plate. Costello reaches for one, hits it off his bat twice as he bounces it on the dirt and then hits it off the top of the bat, rolls towards the on-deck circle of Brewster. And another 3-2 pitch coming his way. Leading off the bottom of the 4th, the pitch. Swing and a miss, a foul tip into the glove of Byrne. Strikeout number 4 for Teddy McGraw. A strikeout to close the third, one to start the fourth. And it's the left-handed batter, Jared McKenzie, with one out. Orleans up by a shoestring, leading 1-0 over the Brewster Whitecaps. Picking up the run in the bottom of the third. McGraw deals to McKenzie. And a breaking ball drops in for a strike. No balls and one strike to him. Orleans facing Brewster, then they'll take on Bourne. 0-1 is off the outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. And the hardest 2-game stretch you can have on the Cape. The top team in the East and then the top team in the West. McGraw likes the first sign he sees. 1-1. Strike 2 on the inside. 1 ball and 2 strikes to McKenzie. Jared struck out swinging in the second. Adjusts the helmet, taps the plate twice, and eyes McGraw. McGraw turns, kicks high. 1-2. And a swing and a foul down the left field line. McKenzie fighting a pitch on the outside. As it's on to Route 28. And they count a ball and 2 strikes. A packed hill, some campers throwing around a football behind the Orleans dugout. Terrific crowd for a Wednesday night of baseball. Time is called by McKenzie. In fact, down the right field line where there's a chalk line that keeps fans from coming too far into foul territory, it is packed. It's standing room only over there. People along the fence in right and in their lawn chairs out in center. 1-2. And McKenzie stays alive as he fouls one towards the Orleans dugout. Orion Kirkering making a nice play. Pops out of the dugout. Gets low in his squat. Scoops it up with 2 hands. And the count remains at a ball and 2 strikes.
I think Orion has been waiting for that play to happen to him. He's been waiting for a foul ball to feel like a shortstop, you know.
He is a guy who's always got a smile on his face. You can tell he really enjoys just playing baseball. Making a nice play there. 1 out, base is empty. Orleans 1, Brewster nothing. Bottom 4. McGraw's 1-2 again. And McKenzie swings and sends one in the air to left. Going back to left fielder Castillo, right in front of the track. Still on the back pedal. He'll reach up and make the catch. McKenzie battles with McGraw, but ends up in and out. And 2 up, 2 down to start the bottom of the 4th. So in stands Justin Mickness with nobody on and 2 away. Mickness has hits in back-to-back games for the first time this summer and walked back in the second. Left-handed batter looks at a first pitch strike at the knees. And the count, no balls and 1 strike to him. For Justin, though, this is first time taking on Brewster. Had the off day in the 2 previous matchups. 0-1. And Mickness taps one down the third baseline. The pitcher, McGraw, over to his left on the backhand. Throw to first, not in time. Off the bag goes the first baseman, Thompson. And Mickness is on the base pass with an infield single. Make that 3 straight games with a single for Justin Mickness. So the lineup. So up comes David Marcano, the 9-hole hitter. Marcano came up with the bases loaded in the second inning and swung at the first pitch he saw from McGraw, grounded it to second. Mickness at first, 2 outs, bottom 4, 1-0 Orleans. Opening offering, off the outside. 1 ball and no strikes. Marcano just 1 for 12 in his last 3 games. Rocking a new bat today. Red on the end of it. 1-0. Upstairs, 2 balls and no strikes. A red barrel, the tan on the bottom end. Axis bat is in the hands of David Marcano, one of the more popular ones among the team. Mickness at first, here comes a 2-0. Misses low. 3 balls and no strikes to the senior out of NJIT.
We've seen a lot of these Axis bats that are made in the Massachusetts area. I mean, it's a local company, and that's why Orleans gets these for free.
3-0. Misses away. Back-to-back walks from Teddy McGraw. Excuse me, a single and then a walk. 4-pitch walk to Marcano. The lineup card is flipped, and up comes Peyton Chatagnier. And now catcher Byrne is going to go talk to his pitcher McGraw. Mentioned McGraw's coming off that tough outing against Chatham. 3 2/3, 3 runs allowed, 7 hits. But he did not walk anybody. That last walk to David Marcano is the 3rd of the night, taken by a Firebirds hitter, and ties McGraw's season high in a single outing with Brewster. Chatagnier coming off a 3-hit night, climbs into the batter's box. Firebirds looking for their 2nd straight 2-out rally against McGraw. Their only run of the game came with 2 outs in the 3rd. Can they do it again in the 4th? Right-handed batter looks towards McGraw, the pitch home. And he looks at a ball away. 1 ball and no strikes. McNiss with an infield single. Marcano with a 4-pitch walk. And the bottom of the lineup getting on the base path, something that didn't happen yesterday. The 8-9 spots of Guillemette and Blackwell were unable to get on the board. McGraw sets 1-0. This is away to Chatagnier. And the count, 2 balls and no strikes, make it 6 straight balls from Teddy McGraw.
And right now his pitch count is at 76 on the night. So he's certainly having to work here, and the Brewster bullpen is getting loose for the Whitecaps.
McGraw peeks in, 2-0. Up high, 3 balls and no strikes. And back-to-back 3-0 counts to Firebird hitters.
Yeah, looks like Hunter Owen, the left-hander from Vanderbilt, is getting warm for Brewster, so he'll probably be the next guy in after McGraw, who right now is really struggling to command his stuff.
The wind is quiet, the lights are on, and the Firebirds are looking for a win going into their off day. 3-0. Strike down the pipe. 3 balls and 1 strike to Chatagnier. Orleans with just 2 wins in their last 10 games. Can they continue their momentum from what was really one of their first complete games yesterday against Katuitt? 3-1. Strike 2 catches the outside part of the plate, and a full count with 2 on and 2 out to Chatagnier.
Comes back with the fastball. That really has been, I think, his most consistent pitch all night. That slider has been effective, not consistently though. So 3-2, runners are going to get a head start here with 2 outs.
McNiss at second, Marcano at first. Orleans 1, Brewster nothing. Bottom 4. Payoff pitch down the hill, and Chatagnier fouls one straight back. And he'll await another 3-2 offering. Got to imagine, Gareth, this is most likely it for McGraw. On deck for Orleans is Luke Keishol, and then the Bash brothers of DeLauder and Locklear waiting. And the Firebirds continue this 2-out rally and bring a run home. 3-2 to the plate. And another ball, spoiled foul. Back onto the hill for a souvenir. And Chatagnier making Teddy McGraw work, something that every Firebird hitter has done a terrific job of so far. I mean, McGraw has not had many easy at-bats against these Orleans hitters. Chatagnier holds his left arm out, his bat facing McGraw, waiting for him to get set. McNiss with a healthy lead at second, Marcano at first. McGraw sets at the belt. Chatagnier rests the bat on the right shoulder. 3-2. And a swing and a line drive foul down the right field line. That ball rolls over towards some kids who come out of their seats and dive forward for it. And Peyton Chatagnier And a long at bat here with McGraw. He'll wait another 3-2 pitch.
And this is going to be pitch number 83 on the night for McGraw. Pitch number 9 to Peyton Chanier, who has battled here right now. Who's going to win it?
McGraw versus Chanier. Can the Firebirds add to the 1-run lead? Pitch number 9. Off the outside. 3-2 misses away. Peyton Chanier works a walk in a battle with Teddy McGraw. And the bases are juiced for Luke Keeschel.
And that's a great at-bat from Chanier. Spoiled a couple of good pitches from McGraw. And then draws ball 4 on pitch number 9, which we'll see if this mound visit from pitching coach Scott Landers is just a talk or if that's going to be it.
Landers talking to McGraw. Teddy in his 4 outings this year has gone 3 2/3 twice. This is where he has struggled with 2 outs in the third. He's been taken out twice. Went 5 innings once against Chatham. 3 of his 4 outings this summer have come against the Anglers. Just facing his 3rd different team. So Landers goes back to the dugout. The catcher Byrne with those purple knee pads from TCU is Byrne. Will come back behind the plate.
And I'm pretty sure the conversation from Scott Landers is this is your last guy here. So whatever happens, either you get through the inning or we're going to have to take you out.
Right-handed batter 0 for 2 today. First pitch. Keeschel looks at a ball downstairs. 93 on the fastball. And they count 1 ball and no strikes. Mickness at third. David Marcano at second. Peyton Chanier at first. And the Firebirds grab a commanding lead against Brewster, the top team in the East. 1-0. Swing and a ground ball down the right field line that trickles foul. And the count levels 1 ball and 1 strike. Keeschel has been terrific in his last 5 games with Orleans. 9 for 18, a home run and 5 RBIs. He's come here from the Cal Ripken League and on fire for the Birds. 1-1. And he swings and taps one foul off his left foot as the ball spins right behind the batter's box. And the count, a ball and 2 strikes to him. A Brewster team that has an ERA of just 2.09 in their last 5 games. And the Birds with 2 runners in scoring position and a 1-0 lead with 2 outs in the bottom of the 4th. The crowd starting to clap here at Miss Eldridge. The 1-2. And Keeschel swings and flies one into left field. It's a grand slam, and Orleans will take a 5-0 lead. Luke Keeschel scores them all on his big fly to left. And the Firebirds up 5 here at Eldridge.
Luke Keeschel coming up big again. His 2nd home run on the summer. He gets a hanging slider middle in from McGraw. And he does it again, going to left field by plenty. And boy, what a swing from the guy that has just really been impressive all week long since he arrived here at Eldridge Park and for the Orleans Firebirds, putting together constant good at-bat after good at-bat. And that right there, what a swing. And that's going to be it for Teddy McGraw.
Scott Landers told McGraw 1 more batter, and it burned the Brewster Whitecaps as Luke Keeschel goes deep. 350 and 93 off the bat to left. Orleans 5, Brewster nothing. We'll step aside and come right back here on the Birds Broadcast Network. Luke Keeschel picks up home run number 2 and RBIs 6, 7, 8, and 9 on his grand slam. Welcome back to Eldridge Park. Carlo Jimenez alongside my good friend Gareth Kwok. And the Orleans Firebirds have put up a 4 spot in the bottom of the 4th inning thanks to a grand slam from Luke Keeschel. The Firebirds getting 3 base runners, all with 2 outs. Justin Mickness singled on an infield single that came back to the pitcher, Teddy McGraw. David Marcano walked, Peyton Chanier walked, and Keeschel with a home run. And a new pitcher on the mound for the Brewster Whitecaps. It's the lefty out of Vanderbilt, Hunter Owen, who will begin his 4th outing of the summer. Gareth, what can Firebirds hitters expect from Owen?
Yeah, Owen, the 6'6", 240-pound left-hander. He's going to be mostly fastball, curveball, changeup.
First pitch home is a strike to the left-handed batter.
And that fastball will run around 92, can top around 96. Curveball, it's a big 12-6 curve, as well as a changeup.
0-1 to DeLauder. And he swings and skies one into right field, going back to right fielder Brown over towards the wall. He's looking up, and it lands at the bottom of the wall to the right of Brown. DeLauder around second. He's into third, standing. And Porter, Brown, and Wright just lost the baseball. And it's a triple for Chase DeLauder. Brown had no idea where that ball was. It landed 10 feet to his right. And DeLauder sprinting out of the box picks up his 2nd hit of the game.
Well, off the bat, it looked like Porter Brown had it all the way. I mean, he looked like he knew where it was, and he was right at the fence. It looked like it was just going to be a warning track out, but then he just put his hands out as if, where's the ball? And it was a good 20 feet off to his right.
First pitch to the right-handed bat of Locklear, and he skies one into right. Brown coming in, still running in. He sees it this time, and the right fielder makes the catch. DeLauder a triple, but he's left stranded. But for the Birds, it's a 3-hit, 4-run inning, 1 left on, and Orleans takes a 5-0 lead over the Brewster Whitecaps through 4. Let's go to our sideline reporter, Noah Searson. Noah, take it away.
Yeah, appreciate it, Carlos. So nice getting a big lead for the Firebirds right now. 5-0, definitely a fun one. And I'm standing next to a very special guest in the house right now, a fellow Syracuse guy and also former Firebirds broadcaster, Jacob Kronberg, was supposed to be one of the play-by-play guys last season, finally getting to see Eldridge. I know you grew up coming to Cape League games, Jacob, but what is it like being able to come to Eldridge and see the environment and obviously see the Firebirds perform to the level that they can?
I mean, it's definitely probably the best environment in the Cape League, the way you can show up 3 hours before the game and the hill's probably already filled with chairs already. The atmosphere is nice. Only about half the stadiums that have lights, if I'm not mistaken, here. And you just get a real ballpark feel coming to these games.
Absolutely. And, last summer, obviously, didn't get to come out here because the Cape League season was canceled, which was unfortunate. But you were still able to develop a relationship with Kelly Nicholson, the skip. You started the Meet the Bird Gang series and, helped me out a lot as well. But what was that like, working with Skip, albeit virtually, but kind of getting to build that relationship? And then when you came to the game at Hyannis, getting to meet him in person.
I mean, Kelly's awesome. Anything you hear from anyone about Kelly Nicholson has been positive. He was so gracious, and just this guy who we never met in person, and me handing out phone numbers to guys in the MLB draft and in professional baseball. And my favorite thing was I was talking to Trevor Williams, former Pirate pitcher. Now he's with the Chicago Cubs. And I said, thanks for doing this. And he said, when Kelly calls, you answer and you do what he tells you to do.
Yeah, Kelly, he's been awesome to me as well. One of the nicest guys you'll meet. Excuse me. You want to take the mic real quick?
Yeah, Kelly's awesome, and everything that happens here at Eldridge is a big draw to him. He brings in all these players and everything, and I mean, he's the reason he's got the relationship with all these top schools, gets these Vanderbilt guys like Patrick Riley pitching tonight who's throwing a gem. And as long as he can kind of keep it away from his Vanderbilt teammate Spencer Jones on the other side, I think he'll be fine tonight, guys.
I think I just swallowed a fly. That was the most absurd thing that's happened on air. Glad I had Jacob next to me. You can follow him on Twitter. He's got a bunch of cool stuff he's up to, New York Boulders games right now. Guys, I'll send it back to you guys. Please don't swallow a fly on air. It hurts. It's not good for the throat, and it's not good for broadcasting. But if you have somebody like Jacob next to you, it might work out.
Appreciate it, Noah. Jacob Kronberg coming in with the assist.
Oh, yeah.
Who knew flies could be so dangerous? Top of the 5th inning. Orleans 5, Brewster nothing. Trey Faltini in the box. Right-handed batter swings at the 1-2, fouls it straight back. And the count remains at a ball and 2 strikes.
I will say it is pretty buggy today. There's a lot of bugs. I mean, audience can't see us, but I'm constantly
You bothered?
waving away any mosquitoes that are trying to eat my legs right now.
Mosquitoes are out and about hunting. The Orleans Firebirds with a 5-0 lead. Here comes a 1-2. And a swing and a foul over the netting onto the hill. About 30 kids converge. Ball is on the ground. Bodies are flying.
Oh, my
It's
goodness.
mayhem.
Oh, my goodness.
And a little kid comes up with the ball, runs away with it up in the air like a prize. It is dangerous on the hill.
I'm just hoping none of the kids, bang into each other and hit their heads or whatever.
No regard for your body. It is all about that baseball. 1-2. Just misses away to Trey Faltini. And the count, 2 balls, 2 strikes. It'll be 7-8-9 for Brewster in the top of the 5th. Faltini, Brown, Biddison. Base is empty. Faltini leading things off. 2-2. And he swings and slices one down the right field line. Another ball onto the hill. And a couple of kids converge. Hits the light pole, a nice ricochet, and a small child in orange makes a play. It is dangerous, Gareth. I would not, if I'm out here at that age trying to get a baseball, I'm going home with a bloody nose for sure.
Well, I told you, over at Harwich, there was a foul ball that landed 2 feet away, and I had to get out of there because otherwise I'd be trampled by 20 kids.
Riley stares into Mickness. 2-2. Swing and a miss. Down goes Trey Faltini on the strikeout. That's number 5 to open up the top of the 5th for Patrick Riley. And up comes Porter Brown, the lefty, with the bases empty and 1 out. Porter Brown lost the baseball back in the bottom of the 4th. Chased a lot of a fly ball to right. And Brown didn't see it at all. First pitch to him. And a left-handed batter fouls one straight back. Brown went back to the wall, looked up in the air, and it landed about 10 feet to his right. And DeLauder picked up his first triple of the summer. Got to put an asterisk next to that one, though. Riley kicks 0-1. Breaking ball on the outside for a strike. And the count, no balls and 2 strikes to the sophomore out of TCU. Brown, one of 2 TCU hitters in this lineup. 0-2. Off the outside, 1 ball and 2 strikes. His college teammate and summer teammate, Curtis Byrne, the catcher for tonight's game, also out of Texas Christian. The Horned Frogs, as they call them. 1-2 to the plate. And a swing and a hard hit ball towards the second baseman, Chatinier. He doesn't have to move. He'll scoop it up in the dirt. And the loft one to Tyler Locklear. And there's 2 away. You ever seen a horned frog, Gareth?
Maybe at the zoo. I mean, I think so. I can't remember, but I think I've seen 1 or 2 maybe in my lifetime. Have you? Have you?
I have not. I can't.
You have
I'm trying
not?
to picture what a horned frog looks like, and nothing comes to mind.
We have to take a trip out to TCU then.
Might have to. Right-handed bat of Nick Biddison is in the box. The pitch. And he looks at a ball away, checks his swing, and he does not go, says Michael Hinojosa down the first base line. Orleans 5, Brewster nothing. 2 outs. And the top of the 5th inning. A grand slam from Luke Keeschel. 1-0. Biddison fouls one straight back. The difference in this game over the left field wall. All 4 base runners came with the bases loaded. And the Firebirds able to capitalize against a Brewster team that in its last 10 games just a 2.2 ERA. Riley likes the sign, the 1-1. And that gets Biddison square in the back. In between the 2 and 3 on those teal Brewster uniforms. He'll take the bruise and the base. And a 2-out base runner for the Whitecaps.
Yeah, you can hear that one from our table. luckily didn't get him anywhere in the head area. But it's not always very comfortable taking a 93, 94 mile an hour fastball right square on the back. He's going to have a welt on there for next couple of days.
So Riley looks on, trying to get through the 5th inning. After retiring the first 2 batters, he hits Biddison, and up comes left-handed batter Alex Freeland, the sophomore out of UCF. Freeland 0 for 2 today, still looking for his first hit. Riley looks at first, working out of the stretch. First pitch home. Strike on the outside edge. Breaking ball drops in, no balls and 1 strike. Riley in his first outing with Orleans was terrific. 5 innings, only 3 hits, no runs. Trying to duplicate that performance tonight. 0-1. And a swing and a pop-up down the left field line, over towards foul territory. Running over the third baseman, Keishel, and he makes the catch behind the Brewster dugout. 1 left on the hit by pitch, but Riley is through 5, and he has only given up 1 hit to the Whitecaps. We'll head to the bottom of the 5th inning here at Eldridge Park. It's Orleans 5, Brewster nothing on your Birds Broadcast Network.
All right, fans, tonight's game is sponsored by Curry College. Curry College is where you go to become anything you want. Curry prepares students to engage in successful careers with learning beyond the classroom. Explore undergraduate programs, including new majors in sport and recreation management, graphic design, marketing, and computer science. Online at www.curry.edu. Tonight's game is also sponsored by 99 Restaurants. The 99 Restaurant and Pub is proud to be a sponsor of the Cape Cod Baseball League. Visit your local 99 and try their famous colossal lobster rolls, piled high on grilled brioche and served hot, buttered, or with just the right amount of mayo and celery with fries and coleslaw. The 99, always the real deal. And tonight's game is sponsored by Milton Cat. For sales and rentals of Caterpillar machinery, generators, and marine engines, visit MiltonCat.com, your area cat dealer. Milton Cat, the Cape and Islands Caterpillar dealer, is proud to be a sponsor of today's game.
Appreciate it, Gareth. Thanks so much for the reads.
My pleasure.
Welcome back to Eldridge Park as we begin the bottom of the 5th inning. Orleans 5, Brewster nothing, and the Firebirds looking for a big-time win over the top team in the Eastern Division, and the Brewster Whitecaps. Just a taste of sunlight left in the sky. It is pretty much completely dark. The lights at full strength, and the Orleans Firebirds looking for their first home win since Independence Day. Left-handed batter Corey Acton looks towards Hunter Owen, the pitch home. And a breaking ball at the bottom of the zone for strike 1. Count no balls and 1 strike to Acton. Acton walked back in the second, reached third, but was left stranded. 0-1. And he swings and hits this one into left field. It's going to fall in front of the left fielder, Castillo, for a base hit. Corey Acton, a leadoff knock. And the Firebirds, for the first time today, have the leadoff man aboard. And up comes Jeff Costello. Costello with a single in the second and struck out swinging to begin the 4th. Right-handed batter looks towards the left-handed pitcher, Hunter Owen, with Acton leading at first. Pitch home. Strike on the outside edge. And the count, no balls and 1 strike to Costello. Hunter Owen coming in relief for Teddy McGraw. 0-1. And a swing and a ground ball up the middle towards second. Faltini flips to second for 1. The turn to first in time. 6-4-3, 2 for 1 goes Brewster. The leadoff single is negated by the nice defensive play from the infield for the Whitecaps. And up comes Justin McNish with 2 outs and the base is vacant.
Yeah, Faltini is considered to be one of the best defensive shortstops in the Big 12, and he was their everyday guy at short for Texas, and gets the much-needed double play for Brewster. Take away the leadoff base hit.
So Owen looks towards the lefty, Jared McKenzie. Deals home. McKenzie takes the ball upstairs. Count 1 ball and no strikes. Orleans 5, Brewster nothing. And the 1-0. Swing and a miss. 1 ball and 1 strike to McKenzie. A grand slam by Luke Kiesel back in the 4th inning. And Orleans with a commanding lead over a Brewster team that doesn't hit all that well. Really relies on their pitching staff. 1-1. On the outside for a strike. And the count 1 ball and 2 strikes to McKenzie. And Brewster 8-2 in their last 10 games. But in that stretch, hitting just .219. The 1-2. And a swing and a foul straight back. Hits the light post. Coming right at us. And the count, a ball and 2 strikes. A leadoff single by Acton. A double play turned by Faltini to Biddison to Thompson. McKenzie now is going to go talk to third base coach Jamie Quinn. Not sure what exactly about. And now McKenzie will walk back to the batter's box. A first place Brewster Whitecaps trying to continue a 5-game winning streak. And while the Firebirds, with the window closing on an opportunity to get into one of those top 2 spots in the playoffs, looking for a big win over the best team in the Eastern Division. Orleans 5, Brewster nothing. Bottom 5, 2 outs. 1-2 to the plate. Low, 2 balls and 2 strikes to the sophomore out of Baylor. Owen out of Vanderbilt. Struggled this past year, though, for Vandy. 2-2. And McKenzie swings and rolls one on the ground towards second. Second baseman Biddison to his right. He gloves it at the belt and lines one to first, and that will do it. A single, a double play, and a ground out. And that does it for the bottom of the 5th. Orleans leads 5-0 over the Brewster Whitecaps through 5. Let's go to our sideline reporter, Noah Searson. Noah, what do you got for us?
Yeah, appreciate it, Carlo. As promised earlier, I'm standing by with the newest member of the Orleans Firebird, Jared Southard out of Texas. Relief pitcher. Might be seeing him tonight. We'll see how this game unfolds. But, Jared, I know you were in the Northwoods League before with the Duluth Huskies. Kind of got that Minnesota connection. But when did you learn that you were going to come to Orleans? And kind of, how did that process work overall?
I just got in a call. Said I need some pitching. And I was actually signed in Brewster in the fall, and then didn't end up working out, and then got the call to come here, so I'm here.
And how exciting is that? I know the Northwoods League is also a pretty prestigious league, definitely a long season, a big grind. So what's it like going from that to coming out here on the Cape and getting to compete with all these guys?
Oh, it's awesome. Northwoods was awesome. I really enjoyed it. I was only there for 2 weeks because our season went so long, but yeah, it's a good time out there, and I'm excited to be here.
Yeah, and for those who don't know much about you as a pitcher, maybe haven't watched Texas play much, give us the scouting report on, what's your kind of pitch repertoire and how you attack the mound every time you hit the mound.
Just attack it as might be my last day out there, throw a cut fastball and a slider, 2-seam too. But most of the time I just go out there and just have fun.
All right, and I know we're halfway, a little more through this Cape League season, but when you think about getting the opportunity to play out here and everything that the Cape brings, what are you most excited for? First on the baseball side, and then second, away from baseball, got an off day tomorrow, I guess. What off day activities will you be excited for?
I'm not really sure, man. I'm kind of just here to play baseball, but no, it's exciting. I like it out here, and want to have fun and ball and win, compete. That's about it.
All right, I'm going to put you on the spot then. 2 very popular activities out here to do overall on the Cape. A lot of people like to go to the beach. A lot of people also like to hit mini golf. There's a lot of great courses around here. So which way would you lean if you had to choose one to go do?
Yeah, golf for sure.
Really?
For sure, yeah. I'm all right, man.
All right. Jared, decent mini golfer, but definitely good pitcher. Might get to see him tonight, and if we do, it'll definitely be a treat. That's all I got for now, guys, but I'll send it back to you in the booth.
Thanks, Noah. Always bringing great insight. Good to talk to one of the newest members of the Orleans Firebirds. Seems like there's one every day, Gareth. And that's kind of been the sentiment around the league. So much of this season has been a revolving door of new guys just looking out into the field today for Orleans. I mean, Costello in right, David Marcano at short, Luke Keishel at third, Peyton Chanier at second. 4 or 5 guys there who weren't on the opening day roster.
Yeah, it's a roster that's continuing to fluctuate. And, I mean, Southard's a guy that is coming in for a bullpen that is, I think it's been used a lot. It's been gone to a lot as of the last several weeks. And so it doesn't hurt to bring in another arm and bring in another guy out of the bullpen.
And here is one, Michael Polk on the mound. He deals to the left-handed batter, Jake Thompson, and the first pitch is a strike. Polk making appearance number 8 of the summer of 2021. 3.37 ERA, his 10 2/3 on the mound. A rising junior out of Georgia. 0-1. Swing and a miss. No balls and 2 strikes to Jake Thompson. Patrick Riley's final line, well, it's a good one. 5 innings, 1 hit, 2 walks, 5 strikeouts. And Michael Polk looking to continue that momentum against this Brewster team. Polk sets at the belt. He exhales. The 0-2. And a swing and a foul right over the top of us. Headed for Route 28, but hit the netting. And the count, no balls, 2 strikes. Another 0-2 pitch coming to Thompson. Polk has gone an inning in his last 2 appearances. Struggled, though, last time out at Red Wilson Field against YD. Gave up 2 hits and the game-winning runs as he earned himself the loss. 0-2. Misses low and inside. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Michael was put into a high-pressure situation, though. Bases loaded, only 1 out in a 9-9 game. It doesn't get much harder than that. It was essentially the bottom of the 9th inning. Polk sets 1-2. And a swing and a ground ball hit sharply towards second base. Chatinier, the second baseman, slides to his left, gets to his feet, throws to first. Nice play by Peyton Chatinier on the right side of the infield. Down goes Jake Thompson. And up comes Chris Lanzilli. Orleans 5, Brewster nothing. Top of the 6th inning. Here at Eldridge Park. Right-handed bat Chris Lanzilli is 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts. Sophomore out of Wake Forest. Pitch out. Takes the ball away. Lanzilli just in his 4th game with the team. Coming off a year at Wake Forest in which he hit .259. 1-0. And he swings and slices one into the gap into right center field. It takes 2 hops and hits the fence. Hits the bag at first. Rounding first is Lanzilli. He's into second with the double. And a 1-out double for the senior out of Wake Forest. And up comes the most dangerous hitter in the lineup, Spencer Jones. Only the 2nd hit of the game for Brewster as they try to get on the board, trailing Orleans 5-0.
And this is where the bullpen needs to come through and deliver. Patrick Riley did his job. Now the bullpen has got to do their job. They did it yesterday against Katuitt. Real solid performances from Jack Philby and Nick Wallerstedt. Now guys like Michael Polk and the guys who will come after Polk will need to shut the door and right now hold this 5-run lead for Orleans.
Polk looks towards the left-handed bat of Jones. He kicks on, deals home. And a swing and a foul over towards the Orleans dugout. Right towards our camera down the right field line. Now no balls, 1 strike. Jones with a runner at second base, and that's a dangerous combination if you're the Firebirds. Spencer hitting .545 with runners in scoring position in 11 at-bats. He's got 6 hits. Polk's 0-1. Swing and a miss, and Jones in the hole. No balls, 2 strikes. Spencer Jones drafted in the 31st round by the Angels in 2019. He struck out twice today, both swinging, but both times that was against his teammate at Vanderbilt, Patrick Riley, now facing an SEC opponent in Michael Polk out of Georgia. 0-2. Swing and a miss. Fastball upstairs. That's 3 straight swinging strikeouts for Spencer Jones. The first for Michael Polk. And a big second out in the 6th inning.
And they've all tried to attack Jones with the high fastball, which he just cannot lay off tonight. That's 3 strikeouts where he's swung and missed at the high cheese. And they've got the scouting report to attack him up high.
The runner at second is Lanzilli. Orleans 5, Brewster nothing. Top 6. Polk on the mound, looks towards second. Right-handed batter Curtis Byrne looks on. The first pitch to him, and he fouls one off onto the hill. No balls and 1 strike. A packed crowd on a beautiful night of baseball. And there was thunder in the forecast, Garrett, and a 90% chance of rain at 7 o'clock. And I am happy that the weatherman is wrong. It has been beautiful. 0-1. Skips in the dirt. Off to the left of Mickness as he picks it up with a bare hand, and the count 1 ball, 1 strike.
Great block by Justin Mickness on that curveball. And he's been working really hard to improve his receiving lately. We've seen him pregame with Jamie Quinn and Brendan Eigerbrodt on balls in the dirt, trying to keep that ball out in front. He's been working hard to improve that aspect of his game.
Polk looks on towards Byrne, who's also terrific with runners in scoring position. As Lanzilli leads at second, 1-1 up high. Byrne lays off, and the count 2 balls and a strike. A 1-out double by Lanzilli. Just the 2nd hit of the game for the Brewster Whitecaps. Orleans with a 5-0 lead, and Michael Polk trying to keep a goose egg on the board. Takes 2 looks at second. 2-1. And a swing and a high fly ball into center. Going back to center fielder DeLauder. Still on the sprint. He puts the brakes on, reaches up, and makes a catch. Curtis Byrne hits it where balls go to die. 434 in center here at Eldridge Park. And Orleans benefits from the deep center field. They get out of the 6th inning. A double, 1 left on. And the Firebirds still a 5-0 lead at Eldridge over Brewster. We'll head to the bottom of the 6th here on the Birds Broadcast Network. Welcome back to the Birds Broadcast Network. Carlo Jimenez alongside my roommate Gareth Kwok, bringing you the bottom of the 6th inning here at Eldridge Park. The Orleans Firebirds leading the best team in the Eastern Division, the Brewster Whitecaps, 5-0. And Gareth, what a confidence boost this would be for this team. Still early, but after 3 straight losses and a good win in Katuitt, that's a lot of momentum heading into the off day. Yeah,
and Patrick Riley, who set the tone early with the 5 shutout innings with 5 strikeouts. He's really making his case as one of Orleans' best starters in the rotation. And for a guy that will be probably a featured piece for the remainder of this summer, they're going to need him to produce numbers like that every week. But for Orleans, they got to keep tacking on some insurance runs, and starts off with this guy, Justin Mickness, who has one of the best eyes on the team.
The sun is set, and the lights are at 100% for the left-handed batter, Mickness. The pitch misses inside. And the count, 1 ball and no strikes. A humid day. Buggy, as Gareth mentioned earlier. No wind blowing out to center. The 1-0. Mickness watches a ball miss away. 2 balls and no strikes. Justin Mickness has reached in both his at-bats. Picked up a single back in the 4th. 2-0. And he swings and misses. Count, 2 balls and 1 strike. Coming into this Wednesday night matchup, Justin Mickness had hits in back-to-back games for the first time this season. 2-1. And he waves again. 91 pumped by him. And the count, 2 balls, 2 strikes. With the hit back in the 4th, Mickness, for the first time this summer, has a 3-game hitting streak. Orleans 5, Brewster nothing. Base is empty. Bottom 6, 2-2. Strike 3 at the top of the zone. Fastball gets Mickness looking. The first strikeout for Hunter Owen. And the first out at the bottom of the 6th. As up comes the 9-hole hitter, David Marcano. Marcano walked and scored back in the 4th inning. A 4-pitch walk from, at the time, pitcher Teddy McGraw. First pitch home. And the right-handed batter takes a strike at the knees. The count, no balls and 1 strike. Oh, 1. Low. 1 ball, 1 strike. David living out his dream by playing in the Cape with his brother Julio. The 1-1. Swing and a miss, and a ball and 2 strikes. Talking with Gareth Kwok, the fine gentleman to my right. He said, you know, playing on the Cape was a dream of his, and hitting a home run last Saturday, 1-2, spiked in the dirt. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Was something that he said made things really come full circle for him. A 2-2. And he takes strike 3 away. Back-to-back backwards Ks for Hunter Owen to begin this 6th inning. His first 2 strikeouts of the game. And in stands the leadoff man, Peyton Chatinier. Bottom 6, Orleans 5, Brewster nothing. Big difference in this game. A Luke Keeschel grand slam in the 4th over the left field fence. Opening offering to the right-hander. And a big breaking ball misses above the head of Chatinier. And the count, 1 ball and no strikes to him. Firebirds' other run came on a single from Tyler Locklear up the middle that went underneath of the glove of Spencer Jones in center. 1-0. And Chatinier swings and sends one up the elevator shaft, straight up down the right field line. Second baseman Biddison dropped the baseball with his heels on the outfield grass. He was looking up, and he was unable to make the catch. And Chatinier will take the free base. And with 2 outs, the Firebirds have a runner aboard for Luke Keeschel.
Yeah, that was a mile-high pop-up from Chatinier. And I thought for a second the first baseman, Thompson, was going to call off Biddison. And then Biddison said, I got it. And then Biddison doing the pop-up dance, unable to secure it while backing up. And so Orleans, they get a break. And now here comes Luke Keeschel.
First pitch to the righty. Fastball at the bottom of the zone for a strike. Down, no balls and 1 strike to Keeschel. Keeschel's grand slam, his only hit of the game. But the biggest difference right now between Orleans and Brewster. 0-1. And a ground ball up the middle, big chopper. The shortstop, Faltini, gloves it, moving to his left. His throw to first is in time. Keeschel accidentally steps on the leg of Thompson, the first baseman, trying to beat out the throw from the shortstop, Faltini. And that will do it for the bottom of the 6th. 1 left on 1 air, and the Firebirds unable to tack on to their 5-0 lead. We will head to the 7th. Gareth Kwok will have us the rest of the way. Michael Polk's heading out. Orleans leads 5-0 over Brewster.
Back here at Eldridge Park, Gareth Kwok, my good friend Carlo Jimenez, and our sideline guy, Noah Searson, on the Birds Broadcast Network. Game number 24 on the schedule. Firebirds with a 5-0 lead. Heading into the 7th. 3 more innings left. Michael Polk still out on the mound for the Firebirds. And he'll face off against Chad Castillo, the left fielder from Cal Baptist University, from the stretch. And the first pitch is waved on and missed. Good changeup from Polk. 0-1 to Castillo. Firebirds trying to get back to 500 in 2021. 9 wins, 10 losses, 4 ties. 0-1 from Polk. High fastball, swing and a miss. Castillo down 0-2. Firebirds with 1 run in the 3rd on the error by the center fielder Spencer Jones, and then 4 runs in the 4th on 1 swing of the bat by Luke Keeschel. A grand slam over the left field fence, his 2nd home run of the summer. 0-2 pitch, fouled straight back. It's our crowd mic here. 0-2. Good thing it didn't hit it square on. No balls and 2 strikes. It's Castillo, Faltini, and Brown. 6, 7, 8 hitters due up against Polk. Here's the 0-2. And a foul straight back. Look out, Carlo Jimenez trying to adjust our ground microphone. And it's 0-2 again. Are you okay?
I don't know if Chad Castillo's got something against me, but he's coming right for me.
He's hit 2 foul balls, literally right in our direction here. Polk ready. The 0-2. Breaking ball, ground ball into right field, a base knock. Chad Castillo leads off the 7th with a base hit. And here comes Trey Faltini now for Brewster, the Texas Longhorn shortstop.
Well, with Riley out of the game, you got to imagine Brewster feels some kind of hope here against Polk. Nothing against Michael Polk, just the fact that they're not facing the guy who only allowed a 1 hit. Faltini, who struck out 3 times. Let's see if he puts a bunt down, Gareth. Brewster down 5, but you'd like to get the offense going with some sort of momentum, and he's got good speed.
Faltini 0 for 2 with a couple of strikeouts. First offering, big curveball right down the middle, taken for strike 1. 0-1 to Faltini. Brewster with no runs on 3 hits. The defense has committed 2 errors. Orleans with 5 runs on 7 hits. Firebirds have committed an error. 0-1 from Polk. Another curveball, that time a bit too high, and the count even at 1. Michael Polk last appearing on Sunday against YD at Red Wilson Field. Pitched an inning and allowed 2 earned runs. Gave up 2 hits with a walk and a strikeout. Turns and throws over to first, and back to first with head first dive is Castillo. And so Polk got the loss in that game after giving up the go-ahead runs to the Red Sox in a game that would be called due to darkness in 7 innings, much to the frustration of the Firebirds. 1-1, swing and a miss on the fastball, and it's now 1-2. Firebirds fell in that one on Sunday, fell to Hyannis 13-1 from McKeon Park before bouncing back and grabbing a win on that 3-game road trip against Catuit. Hoping that will be the start of this hot stretch as they try and climb back into the race. Here's the 1-2. Curveball rolled over the third. Keishel fields it off to his left hip, throws to second for 1. Turn to first will be too late. Keishel able to get the lead out at second base. But Faltini, who does run well, beating out the throw from Chanier at second to first. So it'll be a fielder's choice. And here comes Porter Brown from TCU. Brown 0 for 1. He has drawn a walk and he has bounced out to second. Left-handed batter. And the first pitch. Swing and a miss. Good changeup from Michael Polk. It's 0-1. Polk trying to have himself a nice bounce-back outing here at home. For a Firebirds team that is much better at home than on the road here in 2021. And a quick throw over to first to check on Faltini, who's back to first standing up. Firebirds have 5 wins, 3 losses, and 3 ties at home. No balls and a strike, the pitch. Fastball in tight, brushes back Brown off the plate. 1-1.
There is such a packed crowd today at Eldridge Park that the seating has overfilled into the bullpen. And the bullpen guys have got 10 or so people standing behind them.
This is a great crowd for a Wednesday night. The 1-1. Curveball at the belt, called strike 2. 1-2 now to Brown.
Firebirds are third on the Cape in attendance, trailing just Catuit and Hyannis.
And Orleans will be back at home on Saturday as they host the Wareham Gatemen. Runner goes, pitches up high. Mickness's throw down to second is not in time. Ball gets past David Marcano covering second. And Trey Faltini grabs his 3rd stolen base on the summer.
And there's the 49th stolen base on the summer for Brewster. 49 stolen bases, the next best team, Catuit, 33.
It's a team that loves to run and is aggressive on the base paths, but right now they need hits more than anything. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Polk to Porter Brown. The Georgia right-hander throws and a swing and a miss. A 91-mile-an-hour fastball, and Porter Brown can't catch up. And there's 2 away here in the 7th as Polk grabs his 2nd strikeout of the ball game. So with 2 down, runner on second, here comes now Nick Biddison, the Brewster second baseman from Virginia Tech. Right-handed batter, first pitch. Fastball bumped in there for a called strike. 0-1. Biddison 0 for 1 with a fielder's choice, and he was hit in the back against Patrick Riley. Took a 93-mile-an-hour fastball right on the leathers. He's going to be feeling that one tomorrow for sure. 0-1. Curveball, fly ball hit well to right field. Backing up is Costello, turns around, leaps, and he can't make the catch as it goes off the fence. Over to second goes Biddison. They are going to wave him into third. Here's the relay throw from Chanier. Not in time An RBI triple for Nick Biddison, who came into this game hitting just 146 with 7 hits and 48 at-bats. And he drives in the Whitecaps' first run of the game with an RBI triple over the head of Jeff Costello in right. It's now 5-1 Firebirds.
Yeah, Costello was turned around a couple of times there, and then that ball just took a poor hop, hit the bottom of the fence where the metal bar is, and shot out to his left. And so he had to go a ways to pick it up. And that's why Biddison was able to go to third instead of just the double.
Now the order is flipped. Here comes Alex Freeland, the number 1 hitter for Brewster, and he takes a first pitch breaking ball right down the pipe for strike 1. Freeland is 0 for 3. He has fouled out 3 times. You don't see that every day in the box score. 0-1. And a line drive hit well in the left center field. This is going to get down and go up on the fence on a hop. Scoring is Biddison from third. Freeland will stand in the second. And the Whitecaps chipping away at the lead. An RBI double for Alex Freeland into left center field, and it's now 5-2 Orleans. So Alex Freeland picks up his 4th run batted in on the summer, and here comes pitching coach Matt Troop now for the Firebirds. And there looks to be some activity in the bullpen for Orleans. Connor Housley is getting loose, the right-hander from Kennesaw State. So Michael Polk, who was able to gave up the leadoff single, then the fielder's choice, made a runner on first with 1 out, got the strikeout of Porter Brown, but before conceding 2 RBI hits, RBI triple from Nick Biddison in the right, and then an RBI double to left center from Alex Freeland. And now here comes Brewster's best hitter, or one of their best hitters, Jake Thompson. He leads the team in hits and RBIs. And it's certainly an RBI opportunity here for the Oklahoma State first baseman. Left-handed hitter, huge lead at second for Freeland, and now Polk steps off. I mean, he was almost halfway down to third, and nobody covering second. Polk staring into Mickness as Mickness goes through the signs. Now gets the one he likes, and the first pitch is fastball up high and outside for ball 1. Michael Polk trying to send this game to the bottom of the 7th. The second-year freshman deals, and a 1-0 fastball in there on the inside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Connor Housley getting loose for the Firebirds. And these are the guys that struggled on Sunday against YD. They're hoping to bounce back. 1-1 in the dirt. Great block by Mickness. On the move and headed to third, though, goes Freeland. And with a feet-first slide, he's in there without a throw. Dustin Mickness able to keep that ball out in front, although the ball trickled out toward the feet of Thompson, the hitter. So Mickness had to try and grab that while navigating past Thompson. And able to go to third on the wild pitch is Freeland. So he's now 90 feet away. 2 outs, the 2-1. Breaking ball, big curveball on the outside corner. Called strike 2. It's 2-2. Orleans in the last of the 7th will have DeLauder, Locklear, and Acton, the 3, 4, and 5 batters, due up. Good part of the order. 2-2. Swing and a miss. Beautiful changeup from Michael Polk, and he gets out of it Runner on third stranded for Brewster, but they do grab 2 runs on 3 hits. And it's now a little closer of a game. It's Orleans 5, Brewster 2. 7th inning stretch time here from Eldridge Park. But first, let's send it over to our sideline reporter, Noah Searson.
Yeah, I appreciate it, Garrett. So tonight we didn't get the weather or rain or storm really that we expected, but that isn't to say that the weather might not be impacting this game just a bit. It's kind of hard to tell since it's completely dark out at this point, but the fact that there's clouds in the air makes it a lot harder to see those balls up there. We saw on Chase DeLauder's triple, ball hung up there and got completely lost by the Whitecaps outfielders. I spoke with the guys in the bullpen for the Firebirds when I was interviewing Jared, and they said, we lost it too. We could never really see it. Looked like a routine pop-up, totally lost it. And then that last half inning as well, Jeff Castell seemed like he got turned around, almost went head first into the fence, because you lose the ball for a split second and that changes your route. That changes everything. So it seems like those really high pop-ups are proving to be way more challenging than they'd be on a normal night, and will definitely be something that will impact this game for the remainder of the game. Cloud cover not going anywhere, so guys, I wouldn't be surprised if a couple more outfielders have to adjust their approach a little bit when they're tracking a fly ball. Otherwise, they're going to get burned pretty easily, and it's going to equal runs in the column for the opposing team.
All right, thanks so much, Noah. Back here at Eldridge Park. 7th inning stretch from Miss Eldridge, as we have ourselves a new pitcher for the Brewster Whitecaps. And coming in now is the right-hander from Virginia Tech, the rising sophomore, Griffin Green, a 6'3", 205-pound right-hander from Chelmsford, Massachusetts, making his 6th appearance on the summer. He has a 1.08 ERA in 8 1/3 innings pitched, 6 strikeouts over 2 walks. And Green will be tasked upon to face off against Chase DeLauder, Tyler Locklear, and Corey Acton. The 3, 4, and 5 batters due up for Orleans as they try and tack on after the Whitecaps picked up 2 runs on 3 hits in that top of the 7th inning and have made this game a little bit closer. So here comes DeLauder now for Orleans. Green, first pitch is a breaking ball, low and away for ball 1. Green was a primary reliever for the Hokies, only threw 18 innings as a true freshman this past spring. Blows the 90-mile-an-hour fastball past DeLauder on the 1-0, count even at 1 now. DeLauder today is 2 for 3 with a single and a triple. 1-1 pitch fly down the left field line on the Route 28, and it's now 1-2.
From Green, you're going to see a fastball that tops out around 92. It's just a fastball and a slider. The slider 82, 85. So really just a 2-pitch guy, and he likes to get you to reach for him. He's going to work the outside of the zone.
Green working from the windup. Here's the 1-2. And a check swing. DeLauder, 1 around, and he's down on strikes. And the first strikeout for Griffin Green out of the bullpen. And there's 1 gone here in the 7th. Green was a guy who was able to really keep the ball in the ballpark for the most part. He did not give up a home run this season and only allowed 5 extra base hits in 13 appearances for the Hokies. Tyler Locklear, right-handed batter, takes up high for ball 1, 1-0. Locklear 1 for 3. He has grounded out to third. He has singled up the middle and has flown out to right. 1-0 pitch. Locklear hammers one deep to left field. Back goes Castillo near the wall, and he makes the catch about 10 to 15 feet shy of the fence for out number 2. Sounded good off of Locklear's bat. Just did not get it up into the air all that high. So 2 away, and here comes Corey Acton now. Acton, he is 1 for 2. Drew a walk in the second, struck out swinging in the third, and then singled to left in the fifth. First offering is a swing and a miss on the slider. Oh, that slider with some sharp bite to it. It's 0-1. We'll bring you around the Cape League score update to let you know what's going on around the league. One last time after the conclusion of this half inning. Firebirds certainly need some help from other teams in order to climb up the standings. 0-1. Slider outside. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. So right now Orleans, though, they got to take care of these teams in front of them. Schedule does not get much easier. Off tomorrow before facing Bourne at Doran Park. 1-1. Swing and a miss. And Acton now down 1-2. We'll have pregame for you at 5:45. First pitch at 6 o'clock p.m. And then Orleans is back at home. Back home against Wareham on Saturday night. And then on Sunday night, they'll host the Hyannis Harbor Hawks for the final time. 1-2. Acton, ground ball, third base side. They'll roll foul. Remains 1-2. And luckily for Orleans, 7 of the final 12 games this summer will be here at Eldridge Park. So they have gone through most of the road schedule as they prepare for the homestand. The 1-2 from Green in the dirt, swung on and missed. Byrne picks it up, tags out Acton, and the side is retired. 1-2-3, 7th inning, thrown by the Virginia Tech right-hander, Griffin Green. Nice and easy as we head to the 8th. With Orleans up by 3, they lead 5-2, and we will return here on the Birds Broadcast Network.
All right, for the final time today, let's go around the league and get your scores from the other games going on. 2 finals, Harwich defeating YD 11-1. That one ended in 7 innings. Hyannis, another win, 5-4 over Wareham. Win number 5 for the Harbor Hawks, who are for real in the second half of the season, although you don't need to tell the Orleans Firebirds that. They get a big win over Wareham, the 5th of the summer. Falmouth defeat on top of Bourne, top of the 9th there. Shouldn't speak so quick with the way Bourne has been able to grind out some comeback wins this summer. Commodores looking to down the Braves and end a 3-game slide of their own. And Chatham has upped the lead over the Catuit Kettleers. The Anglers 12-3 over Catuit. An offensive explosion at Veterans Field. And the Anglers looking for a win currently sitting at the bottom of the Eastern Division.
Yeah, right now, Chatham in the standings, you could say. Yes, they have 9 wins each between Orleans and Chatham, but what's doomed Chatham is that they've played actually 3 more games than the Firebirds, and they've have 4 more losses. So they're 9-14-3 as a matter of fact, and so that one's going to hurt for them. Whereas Orleans, they've had the 4 rainouts, which, I mean, you can make of what you will, whether it's hurt or helped them. Certainly, I think, if you ask Kelly Nicholson, I think it's hurt them that they haven't had more opportunities to try and win those 4 games and maybe get them back into the standings. But again, no makeups, no reschedules here in 2021. That's just how the schedule and the season has gone, as the rules were made at the beginning of the year. So Orleans will have the lead 5-2. Michael Polk's day is done. First out of the pen, and now second out of the bullpen for the Firebirds is the right-hander committed to Kennesaw State, Connor Housley. 6'4", 200-pound right-hander from Tyrone, Georgia. Housley, who has struggled a bit this summer. He's making his 8th appearance out of the bullpen as a 7.71 ERA in 7 innings. 7 strikeouts over 5 walks. First pitch is bounced in the dirt for ball 1 to Chris Lanzilli. 3, 4, and 5 batters. Lanzilli, Jones, and Byrne dude up here to begin the 8th against Connor Housley. 1-0 is popped up to second. Peyton Chanier, a couple steps over to his left, on the edge of the grass, makes the catch. 1 down in the 8th, and a good start for Connor Housley.
Yeah, from Housley, you're going to see a fastball that tops out around 94. Then the breaking balls are a slider and a changeup. Slider 79-82, changeup 81-84. You're going to see a lot more fastballs to left-handed hitters, but overall, he throws the fastball about 76% of the time. So high fastball guy, little more of that breaking ball slider to righties.
Spencer Jones, left-handed batter from Vanderbilt, takes a pitch up very high for ball one. Spencer Jones, who came into this game leading the Whitecaps in average, and he has struck out 3 times, all swinging tonight. Swings and fouls one straight back toward our crowd mic, and it's 1-1 to the Vanderbilt center fielder Jones, who did make a critical error back in the third. 1-1. And a good breaking ball from Housley, called a strike, 1-2. It was a base hit off the bat of Tyler Locklear, which chased DeLauder ahead to the third, and Jones kicked it out in center field. Ball got past him and allowed DeLauder to score from first. 1-2. In the dirt and gets past Mickness, rolls to the backstop. 2-2. So what would have been just runners at the corners with 2 outs, instead, that gave Orleans their first run of the ball game on just a base hit up the middle from Tyler Locklear. 2-2. Jones pops one up foul on the Route 28 down the left field line. And it remains 2 balls, 2 strikes. Housley last appeared on Sunday against YD. He did not record an out. He gave up 2 runs, 1 of them were earned, and allowed to hit. 2-2 pitch is up high. Count now 3-2. So Jones, who has struck out 3 times today, oddly enough, he has not had a 3 strikeout game so far this summer until today. 3-2. And he takes up high, not close, from Connor Housley for ball 4. So Spencer Jones reaches on the 1-out walk. And here comes now Curtis Byrne from TCU, the Brewster catcher. Michael Polk, with 2 innings, allows 4 hits, 2 runs. Both were earned. No walks and 3 strikeouts. Much better outing than last time, although still giving up those 2 runs. Deficit now at 3. 5-2 Orleans. Byrne on the first pitch takes an outside fastball for a called strike at 94 miles an hour, 0-1. Housley's one of the harder throwers in the bullpen. Him and Orion Kirkering are the 2 guys out of the bullpen, and they're really consistently in the mid-90s with their fastball. 0-1 is a slider off the hands into right field. Chanier over to his left. He makes the catch. A leaping, running catch from the Ole Miss second baseman, who was positioned at double play depth up the middle. On a soft liner, he sprints far to his left and extends his arm to make the catch. And there's 2 away.
Chanier continues to impress with how quick he is over there at second base. The amount of grass he's able to cover at second is incredible.
Here's Chad Castillo. First pitch, broken back, ground ball past the dive of Locklear and into right for a base hit. Turning the corner at second and headed for third is Jones. And the tying run will come up to the plate for Brewster. 2-out hit for Castillo, who picks up his second hit of the ball game. That's now the 3rd time he has reached base in this ball game. And here comes Trey Faltini now for the Whitecaps, who launched his first home run of the summer yesterday at Falmouth. He hit it off the scoreboard in left field. So he is a guy with home run power. He hit 5 homers on the regular season for the Longhorns of Texas. And now, with 1 swing, Brewster could even up the score. Spencer Jones at third. Chad Castillo at first. Housley at the belt, first offering. Fastball outside, ball 1. Mickness has to range far to his right to snare that one. It's 1-0.
Yeah, great job by Mickness. That ball looked headed for the backstop and looked like another Brewster run.
Housley ready, 1-0. And a slider taken for ball too low. 2-0 with a pinch hitter on deck for Brewster. Will Simpson out of Washington is the man on deck. And here comes pitching coach Matt Troop now to talk to Connor Housley in a big spot here. And it looks like Jared Southard is getting loose for the Firebirds. Just activated onto the roster this morning for the rising sophomore out of Texas. He is getting loose here if Housley runs into any further more trouble.
Yeah, so will the Firebirds see Southard? Would be surprised to see Housley out here for the 9th. So looks like we're going to have a Southard sighting after his mid-game interview with Noah Searson.
Matt Troop returns back to the Orleans dugout. Housley still in the game. Connor trying to get through the 8th here and keep this lead for the Firebirds. With Orleans up 3 against the best team in the East. Trying to snap Brewster's 5-game winning streak. 2-0 is a breaking ball, misses outside. 3 balls, no strikes. Faltini is hitless in 3 at-bats. 2 strikeouts and a fielder's choice. 3-0. Fastball low. An easy take for ball 4, and the bases are loaded.
And it looks like that's going to be it for Connor Housley. Skipper Kelly Nicholson's going to pop out of the pen. And Southard looks like it's going to come in a high-pressure situation in his first outing with Orleans.
So Connor Housley, he gets 2 outs, and he'll hand the ball to Kelly Nicholson. He unable, though, to get through the inning. Jared Southard will come on in and try and get the final out of the 8th. Bases are loaded with 2 down. Will Simpson, the pinch hitter, due up. And we'll be right back here on the Birds Broadcast Network. The bases are loaded here for Brewster in the top of the 8th. Tying run at first, go-ahead run coming up to the plate. And a new pitcher now for the Firebirds. The rising sophomore from the University of Texas, Jared Southard, making his Orleans Firebirds debut. Southard, a 6'2", 220-pound right-hander from Leander, Texas. Same hometown as Hayden Thomas. And Carlo, what is Southern going to throw here against Will Simpson out of UW.
You're mainly going to see a fastball slider mix. Fastball sits about low 90s, and that slider at 81, 83.
Will Simpson, right-handed batter from the University of Washington, facing off against Southern. First pitch, slider. That sweeps in to the middle of the zone for a called strike, 0-1. Simpson on this summer is hitting 176 with a home run and 6 runs batted in. 0-1. Fastball, high fly ball, crushed to deep left field. McKenzie looks up, and it's gone. And on one swing of the bat, the Brewster Whitecaps have taken the lead. It's 6-5 Whitecaps on Will Simpson's second home run here on the Cape, and it was a no-doubter to left. Wow.
That ball was crushed. It went over the bullpen and left, over the netting. I mean, it's the short porch out there at 300. The ball probably, I guess, would be a 340, but off the bat and with the high launch angle, it was hammered.
2 grand slams in this ball game, one from Orleans and one from the Whitecaps off the bat of Will Simpson as Nick Biddison takes a first pitch ball low, 1-0. A gut wrencher. 1-0 pitch. Slider is low. 2 balls, no strikes. Southern at the set. A 2-0 pitch. Fastball inside. 3 balls, no strikes. Our analytics guy, Jackson Thomas, with the numbers. 102 miles an hour off the bat. The exit velocity from Will Simpson. And the Whitecaps have a 6-5 lead here in the 8th. 3-0 is a fastball right down the middle, 3-1. And it has, that home run has sucked out the energy from this crowd here at Eldridge Park. 3-1. Fastball in there again, 3-2. 4 runs here in the 8th. And they've all come on one swing of the bat from Will Simpson. 3-2. Fastball just a bit inside. And the inning continues. 2-out walk issued by Southern. And the top of the order will come up to the plate, and here comes Alex Freeland.
So Southern gives up the grand slam and then the walk. Still got to get out of this inning. Freeland will be the 8th batter of the 8th. And what was a gut-wrenching home run. You said it right, Gareth. I mean, that ball blasted into right. Thought Southern would come in, just needed 1 out. Instead, he gives up the lead.
Freeland today, 1 for 4. And now Southern with a sidearm toss over the first to check on Biddison at first. He's there standing up.
Simpson was just 1 for 16 in his last 7 games before that home run.
0-1. Or pardon me, the first pitch on the outside corner, a called strike. Now it's 0-1. And boy, everybody here at Eldridge Park knew that one was gone. Southern, a high fastball, and Simpson, I mean, he must have been sitting on it because he cleared the left field fence by plenty. Another throw over to first.
First RBIs of the summer for Simpson, the sophomore out of UW. And the biggest of the night, a grand slam.
0-1, check swing, and he went around. Says home plate umpire E. Tyler Bullock. And it's now, or did he not go? So 1 ball, 2 strikes. The pitch, runner goes. Popped up in the shallow left field. Keishel going after it. McKenzie says, I got it. Settles underneath it, and he makes the catch. And that will retire the side. 4 runs come home on a Will Simpson grand slam to left. The Whitecaps have a 6-5 lead. Orleans needs to get it going on the bats when we come back here on the Birds Broadcast Network. But now let's send it over to our sideline reporter, Noah Searson. Noah?
Yeah, appreciate it, Gareth. So we had another set of trivia tonight. It was actually themed, which former Firebird am I? I'll read you the clues again. We do have a winner, though. The first clue was I played my college ball at the University of Hawaii. Second clue being when I was on the Cape, I hit .341. And the third clue being I won back-to-back gold gloves in 2019 and 2020. All the way from the Bay Area is where we go for the answer to this one. And Coach Jay, back at his home in the Bay Area, still watching the Firebirds, got Colton Wong correct. He's won back-to-back gold gloves and, of course, was an absolute stud when he was out here in Orleans. Colton Wong, the answer. Shout out Coach Jay, still repping Firebird Nation back in the Bay Area. But I'll throw it back to you, Gareth, for the conclusion of this one. One-run ball game should be a fun one.
All right, thanks so much, Noah. Colton Wong, the answer, and appreciate Jay participating in our trivia. Jay Banfield, we miss him out here in Orleans. No, he's back in San Francisco in the Bay Area, so we will send things now to the the bottom of the 8th here from Eldridge Park. A grand slam from Will Simpson has made it a 6-5 lead for the Brewster Whitecaps. And for Orleans, they will have the 6, 7, and 8 batters due up here against Griffin Green, out for his second inning of work out of the bullpen. Costello, McKenzie, and Mickness due up. Firebirds have to put that grand slam aside them, and they have 2 more opportunities here to climb back. Griffin Green's first pitch. Costello swings and fouls one back, and it's 0-1. Costello today is 1 for 3 with a single. And the 0-1. Swing and a miss. Hard slider, cut on a miss from Costello, and it's now 0-2. Mac Bingham is the defensive substitution for Brewster. He's out in right field now. 0-2. Breaking ball, taken low. 1 ball, 2 strikes. A pinch hit. Grand slam from Will Simpson. From the wind, the 1-2. Costello taps one off the right field side, and there will be no play. Little tapper along the first base side, got past the pitcher Green and the second baseman Biddison, unable to get there in time. An infield hit, and exactly what the Firebirds needed, the tying run at first base, go-ahead run at the plate.
And now can the bottom of the order produce? McKenzie, Mickness, Marcano, 7, 8, 9 coming up. Costello with his second hit of the night, and the Birds have the tying run aboard.
Here's Jared McKenzie. He's 0 for 3 today, first pitch. And Jared, on the first pitch, pops one up in the shallow left center field. Valtini backing up, now being called off by the left fielder. That drops! And now the throw over to second, though, is going to be in time to get Costello. The left fielder, Castillo, whiffed on the fly ball, but Costello, who was expecting that ball to be caught, he was back over at first, and when he saw that ball land in left, it was just going to be too late for him to get second, and they throw him out at second for the force out. It'll go as a fielder's choice. As here's Mickness now, left-handed batter from Kent State. First pitch, Justin, swing and a miss. 0-1.
Not much you can really do there if you're Jeff Costello. Caught too far off the bag with how far Castillo had to come in from left. Would have been an easy throw to double him up if he's too far.
Mickness is 1 for 2 with a base hit. He's also drawn a walk and has struck out. Takes an 0-1 fastball outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. McKenzie at first. 1 out. He's the tying run. Mickness at the plate. The potential go-ahead run here in the bottom of the 8th. Green ready. 1-1. Fastball inside. 2 balls and a strike. Trey Harmon has picked up a bat and is getting loose on deck. He would hit for David Marcano in the 9th spot. Griffin Green, who had a 1-2-3 7th inning, trying to get through the 8th. The 2-1. A late strike call on the outside corner. Low and away, and home plate umpire E. Tyler Bullock took him a second there before making the strike call. Now 2-2 to Mickness. McKenzie at first. He has 3 stolen bags on the season. The 2-2. Fastball just a bit outside. Boy, that looked like the same spot that he called strike 2 on. As Green almost painting the outside, it's 3-2, and let's see now if McKenzie decides to run here.
Jared's got good speed, 3 stolen bases on the summer.
Fans trying to cheer on Mickness here. McKenzie at first, he's running, 3-2, and a line drive down the right field line, a fair ball. It will roll down the right field line. McKenzie rounding third. Jamie Quinn says, come on down, McKenzie. Here's the throw to the plate. This game is tied. Justin Mickness delivers an RBI double to tie this game at 6 here in the bottom of the 8th.
Mickness with a big-time hit, his first extra base hit of the summer. And the Firebirds are able to even the game up after taking a gut shot in the top of the inning, giving up the grand slam. And a nice piece of 2-strike pitching, or hitting, excuse me. The Firebirds have knotted the game.
Here comes Trey Harmon. He will pinch hit here for David Marcano in the 9th spot with the go-ahead run at second base in Justin Mickness. First pitch to Trey. He takes outside for ball 1. Trey Harmon, the future Stetson Hatter. With 1 out and a runner on second, Harmon hitting .278 on the summer with 5 hits and 18 at-bats. Trying to deliver off the bench. 1-0, fastball at the knees, a called strike 1. 1 ball and 1 strike to Trey Harmon, the former Kentucky Wildcat, looking to give Orleans a lead. Mickness at second. Here's the 1-1. Harmon very late on the fastball, and it's now 1-2.
Harmon with hits in 4 of his 6 games with the Firebirds, already 2 RBIs. Can he give the Birds the lead and put the pressure on Brewster in the 9th?
Peyton Chanier on deck for the Firebirds. 1-2 pitch. Green a look over at second. Throws. Fastball outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. What drama here late in the game here at Eldridge Park. Justin Mickness tying up this score with an RBI double down the right field line. He's at second and represents the go-ahead run. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Harmon. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Harmon goes down swinging on the fastball. Big strikeout for Griffin Green, his 3rd of the ball game. And so that will be it, as Benjamin Blackwell is going to come out and pinch run for Justin Mickness at second. And here comes pitching coach Scott Landers. And we'll see if this is it for Griffin Green, and I believe it is. Brewster will go to the bullpen. Peyton Chanier coming up to the plate. with a runner at second, 2 down. The go-ahead run at second for the Firebirds. The left-hander will come in, and we will return here on the Birds Broadcast Network with this game tied at 6. A new pitcher now for Brewster with a runner at second and 2 down. The left-hander, the rising redshirt junior from Rutgers. It's Dale Stanovich, a 5'11", 175-pound left-hander from Amsterdam, New York. A Cape League All-Star who in 7 appearances has not allowed an earned run this summer. He has 3 saves in 10 innings pitched with 18 strikeouts over 4 walks. He has been just lights out as Brewster's closer, and he comes in here with a runner at second, and the home plate umpire, E. Tyler Bullock, telling us that they have opted to intentionally walk Peyton Chanier. So Chanier will get the free pass. He will be at first. Benjamin Blackwell now in the ball game for Justin Mickness. He's standing at second as a pinch runner. And so Blackwell at second, Chanier at first, and Luke Keischel now with an opportunity to put Orleans ahead here in the 8th. Mickness tied the game with an RBI double down the right field line, scoring Jared McKenzie from first, who was running on the play. Lefty versus righty here, first pitch. Keischel takes low and in for ball 1.
From Stanovich, you're going to see a fastball that tops out around 96, really just a fastball slider mix. Slider 78, 83, and he relies heavily on that fastball. 90% of the time, you're going to see a fastball in hitters' counts.
1-0, Stanovich at the set, deals, swing and a miss. High fastball in on the hands. Keischel unable to catch up, 1-1. Keischel, who has launched a grand slam in this ball game back in the 4th off Teddy McGraw. They gave Orleans, at the time, a 5-0 lead. A 1-1. Fastball inside, 2-1. Orleans had a 5-0 lead. They gave up 2 runs in the 7th inning to make it a 3-run game. And then in the 8th, Will Simpson off the bench for the Whitecaps hit a pinch hit grand slam to put the Whitecaps ahead 6-5. But Orleans has now evened up the score at 6 here in this last of the 8th, and they're trying to take the lead here. 2 balls and a strike. The pitch. Keischel, line drive into right field. Coming on over is Brigham. He dives. He can't get it. It's going to roll all the way to the track. Blackwell scores. Here comes Chanier. Going for third is Keischel. Firebirds take the lead as the ball rolls in toward the Brewster dugout. The Keisch has done it again. A 2-run extra base hit, and the Firebirds lead 8-6 here in the 8th. Unbelievable.
Ever since he showed up from Virginia, Luke Keischel continues to deliver for Orleans. That's 6 RBIs tonight. And he knocks in RBIs 11 now on the season, along with the home run. And it's not over. Chase DeLauder's in the box.
Lefty versus lefty here. Firebirds 8, Whitecaps 6. First pitch, Chase, look out. High fastball in, and he has to back out of the plate. 1-0, and here comes pitching coach now, Scott Landers. And he'll go have a talk now with Dale Stanovich. Luke Keeschel. He has 6 RBIs tonight. A grand slam in the 4th, and now a 2-run triple. The go-ahead 2-run triple to put Orleans up 8-6 here in the 8th inning.
And it's an interesting call by Bingham and Wright. He came out with a face-first dive for that ball, which is the reason Chatinier is able to come in and score. I think if Bingham lets that drop in front of him, only Blackwell scores. We have a 1-run game. Instead, 2 runs come in. Keeschel on to third.
And you're right. I think if Bingham may have placed that on the bounce, only 1 run scores in Blackwell. Instead, now it's a 2-run advantage for the Firebirds. 1-0 to DeLauder. Swinging a foul off to the left. Count even at 1 to the James Madison center fielder.
What a punch back, though, by the Birds. I mean, a grand slam at the top of the 8th inning. It looked like Brewster was on its way to stealing one.
The 1-1. Chase hits one up the middle. Faltini fields it off to his left, sets his feet, fires to first. Dug out by the first baseman, Thompson. And without that dig out at first, another run would have come home. Instead, the side is retired. Orleans with 3 runs on 3 hits. They leave 1 stranded. They have taken the lead. Jared Southard will try and go back out onto the mound to close out this one. It's been a thriller here from Eldridge Park. And we'll be right back here on the Birds Broadcast Network with the Firebirds up 8-6 here from Eldridge Park. Orleans plates 3 in the bottom of the 8th. And they have taken an 8-6 lead as we head to the 9th. Firebirds look to close this thing out and get back to 500. And at the same time, break Brewster's 5-game winning streak. Jared Southard back out on the mound from Texas. And the first pitch to Jake Thompson is outside for ball 1. Big 12 matchup here between Southard and Thompson. Brewster will have the 2, 3, and 4 batters due up here in the 9th. Thompson, Lanzilli, and Jones. 1-0. Slider is inside. 2-0. Firebirds held a 5-0 lead at one point early in this game, now trying to hold on to this 2-run lead. 2-0, fastball right down the pipe. It's 2-1 now. Thompson today 1 for 4 with a single to left. Southern at the belt. The 2-1. Fastball outside. And it's 3 balls and a strike. Garrett Guillemette is behind the plate now. And Benjamin Blackwell is at shortstop. Those are the 2 defensive substitutions for Orleans here in this 9th inning. The 3-1. Up high for ball 4. A leadoff walk to Jake Thompson. And the tying run will come up to the plate.
Jake Somm getting warm in the Orleans pen. If things get too awry here for Southern.
Southern, who came on in the top of the 8th. His first hitter he had to face was Will Simpson with the bases loaded and 2 down, and Simpson crushed one over the left field fence. First pitch to Lanzilli is low and outside, ball 1. Simpson crushed one over the left field fence, and with Brewster down 3 with 1 swing of the bat on the grand slam, took the lead 6-5. But not before then. Orleans bringing home 3 in the home half. Slider right at the knees for a called strike, 1-1. 3 runs from the Firebirds in the bottom of the 8th, and they lead 8-6, but Brewster threatening once again. Thompson at first. A ball and a strike to Chris Lanzilli out of Wake Forest. The pitch. Slider again. At the knees again. It's taken for strike 2. 1-2. Lanzilli 1 for 4 with a double to right center back in the 6th. He has home run power. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Jared Southern gets a big strikeout. His first as an Orleans Firebird, and there's 1 away here in the 9th. He decided to pitch breaking balls to Lanzilli, and Lanzilli unable to make contact. Here's now Spencer Jones, another big, tall power bat out of Vanderbilt, the cleanup man, who's 0 for 3. First pitch. Slider wraps in for a strike. 0-1 to Jones. 3 strikeouts, and he drew a walk in the 8th. Came home on the Simpson grand slam. The 0-1. Popped up down the left field line. Keishel sprinting over by the fence. That is a souvenir out of play, and it's 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. Thompson at first. Firebirds looking for the double play ball to potentially end the game. The 0-2. Jones swings and misses. Southern with a hard fastball past Jones. That's 4 strikeouts for Spencer Jones tonight. And there's 2 away here in the 9th. And the last chance for Brewster will be Curtis Byrne, the catcher from TCU. Last opportunity for the Whitecaps. First pitch. Swing and a miss. Byrne chases in the dirt. 0-1. Firebirds will be off tomorrow before returning on Friday to take on the best team on the Cape, the Bourne Braves. Live from Doran Park. 6 p.m. first pitch. We'll have pregame at 5:45. Stay tuned for our Birds postgame show at the conclusion of this one, as Southern misses just a bit up high with the slider. It's 1-1. Locklear not even holding on Thompson at first. 1-1. Byrne pops one up foul down the right field line, and it's now 1-2. Fans trying to cheer on Southern. He's one strike away from completing this ball game. The 1-2. Swing and a miss! Jared Southern strikes out the side. Has some words to say to the Brewster dugout. And this ball game is over. And meanwhile, the Firebirds continuing to chirp at the Brewster dugout there as they come out for the handshake line. The Whitecaps, meanwhile, not happy with the response and the reaction from the Firebirds after the conclusion of this one. And Kelly Nicholson trying to clarify anything here, and I think Jamie Shevtik, the manager, upset about Southern talking at the Brewster dugout. The umpires are trying to get everybody out and just send everybody back to their respective dugouts. Jamie Shevchik of Brewster unhappy with Southern. And so, a bit of a tense standoff to end this ball game. And I'm sure Kelly Nicholson will try and handle this as diplomatically as possible and peacefully as possible, as all the Firebirds players will return back to the dugout. But the Firebirds complete a heck of a win tonight here on this Wednesday from Eldridge Park. Down 6-5 heading into the bottom of the 8th. Orleans plates home 3 runs. A game-tying RBI double from Justin Mickness, and then a 2 RBI triple from Luke Keischel. And the Firebirds win 8-6. Jared Southern strikes out the side in the 9th. And the Firebirds, with their 2nd straight win and some huge momentum heading into Friday's game against Bourne. Let's now send it over to Noah Searson, who's standing by with Luke Keischel. Noah?
Gareth. Yeah, appreciate it, Gareth. We are on the sidelines now. Luke Keischel, player of the game, no doubt tonight. 6 RBI night, of course, had the big grand slam, but that wasn't your biggest at-bat of the night. You're able to put the team ahead with that massive hit in that bottom of the 8th inning. And when you came to the plate, what was going through your head between the decision to intentionally walk Peyton, you come into the box, what's going through your head in that moment?
I just got excited, to be honest. I wasn't seeing the ball out good today, to be honest. I don't know what it was, just something was weird, but when I got that slider in the early at bat, I was just all over it. But I saw that lefty earlier, and I was like, okay, he's working me in right now, but I knew if I was going to try and pull the lefty, something would go wrong, so I was just hunting something that I can go the opposite way. But that first pitch, he got me up and in, and I was like, I need to completely fix everything, and then I was like, all right, box it up, something middle away. And I got it, and I just tried to put good one on it, and everything worked out.
Well, and you got the big hit, teammates all pumped up. What does it feel like to be able to put your team up, and then after the game, Jared shuts it down, you all celebrate, you get to go into the off day with a big win against Brewster?
Oh, it's awesome. The boys, they are awesome. They're all fun. They always got my back, and I'm just happy I got their back today. So it felt good to get a win today, and hopefully we can build off it next week.
Definitely deserved a big off day. Luke Keischel, 6 RBIs on the night. Luke, great game. Thank you so much for your time. Have a great off day. We'll catch you against Bourne on Friday. Guys, I'll send it back to you in the booth. Justin Mickness tied the game, and I believe you're talking to the Kent State catcher right now.
Yes, we are, Noah. Thanks again. Here on the Birds postgame show, Gareth Gualk alongside Kent State catcher Justin Mickness, who had the game-tying RBI double in the 8th inning. Justin, down 6-5 Orleans. It looked like the momentum had been sucked out of you after that pinch hit grand slam from Will Simpson, but you get up to the plate and you hit the game-tying RBI double. What were you looking for at the plate?
Honestly, I was just trying to be really aggressive, and I got the pitch I wanted, and I hit off the end, but it worked out.
I mean, it worked out perfectly. And how big of a win was this for you guys, given that Sunday you had a tough heartbreaker against YD, Hyannis, 13-1 loss, but then you bounced back against Katuitt, and then again here, come from behind win over Brewster. I mean, how important was this win?
It's huge. We needed it. We needed a morale boost, and I think just the way it happened, too, is going to springboard us in the next game.
How much do you think this win could help out against Bourne on Friday, against the best team on the Cape? What do you think of that matchup on Friday?
I think we're really confident right now after that win. We can come from behind from anyone. So I think just coming from that win, I think we're pretty confident. So hoping for the best.
Justin, thanks again for your time. Big time hit. Congratulations on the win. And before I let you leave, off day tomorrow. You got any special plans with some of your teammates? What do you got planned for tomorrow?
My family's in town, so I'm hoping to do stuff with them. Probably go to the beach, maybe. Hopefully.
Well, enjoy the time with your family, Justin. Thanks so much,
Thank
and
you.
we'll see you
Appreciate it.
Friday at Bourne.
Thank you.
All right, Justin, you're good to go. Thanks so much. And Carlo Jimenez is going to put on the headset here. Thanks again to Justin for his time. And Orleans able to pull out the big-time victory here against Brewster on this Wednesday night from Eldridge Park. I mean, probably the biggest win of the season yet. And the Firebirds do it in style. They were up 5-0 at one point, Carlo. They had that lead trimmed down to 3 at one point. Brewster then with a pinch hit grand slam off the bat of Will Simpson, and it really looked like for a quick second that the Firebirds were going to go down in another painful fashion on the Will Simpson grand slam, but they didn't let that get to them, and they put together a 3-run bottom of the 8th, an RBI game-tying hit from Justin Mickness down the right field line, and then Luke Keischel. I mean, what else has this guy done? A 2 RBI go-ahead triple to right, and Orleans, in entertaining fashion for the fans here at Eldridge, win this one 8-6.
Yeah, I mean, this was a team that before today's game was 0 for 8 when trailing after the 8th inning. They didn't trail after the 8th. They had the lead because of the big-time hit from Keischel. But just put some perspective on, this is not a team that comes from behind. In fact, they haven't come from behind in any game this season. A come-from-behind late-game victory over the best team in the division. It couldn't be a bigger win than what the Firebirds pulled off today. Got it. Great production from guys like Justin Mickness, who had his first 2-hit game of the season. And Luke Keischel, man. The combo of Luke Keischel, Jeff Costello, and Corey Acton. All 3 of those guys came onto the team about a week and a half ago, and all they have done is produced. I mean, it has been incredible the way Kelly has brought, a guy like Costello who really wasn't doing anything, a guy like Keischel who's in the Cal Ripken League, and a guy like Acton who had been cut by Harwich, and all they have done here is pick up RBIs, hits, and runs. It's been terrific, and it really shows that, sometimes all you need is a change of scenery. And they've been able to produce, and the Firebirds with a big-time win before they take on a team with only 2 losses and 2 ties on the year. That's the Bourne Braves next time. So you mentioned it, Gareth, a lot of home games. 8 of the next 11 at home to close out the year. Can the Firebirds continue to find success at home? And we saw them take advantage of this deep center field earlier in this game. A flyout by this Brewster lineup in Curtis Byrne with a runner on second. That's probably a home run at any other park. Back in the 5th inning, ends up in the glove of the center fielder, DeLauder. And the Firebirds this is one, you come off the complete game last time against Katuitt, and then a come-from-behind victory today. 2 things we hadn't seen all summer. And you want to get hot now, this is the best time. Backs are kind of against the wall with that lead Brewster has built atop the division, and a great victory.
Well, and I think the beauty from this one as well is that there were a lot of guys that played a part in this win. It wasn't just necessarily one swing. I mean, yes, of course, Keischel with the go-ahead hit, but you got guys like Jared Southard, who, yes, he gave up the grand slam. He didn't let that bother him in the 9th. What does he do? He strikes out the side and closes it out and secures the victory. And guys like, remember, Pat Riley, again, another quality start to set the tone off. And Justin Mickness, a guy who hasn't gotten a ton of at-bats this year, but he does what he had to do in the late game situation, put the ball in play with the runner headed for second on a 3-2 pitch, and it just finds the right field foul line, and Orleans able to win this one in incredible fashion. A come-from-behind victory. We haven't said that a whole lot this summer, Carlo, but sure feels good to say it tonight. Orleans with 8 runs on 10 hits, 1 error. Brewster with 6 runs on 7 hits and 2 errors. The winning pitcher goes to Jared Southard, and the losing pitcher goes to Griffin Green. That's going to be it for us here from Eldridge Park. For my partner, Carlo Jimenez, our sideline reporter, Noah Searson, and our producer, Matt Schenfeld, that's going to do it for us here from Eldridge Park. We will see you all Friday at Bourne, live from Dorn Park, 6 p.m. first pitch when Orleans takes on the best team on the Cape. Orleans at Bourne, 6 p.m. first pitch. We'll have pregame at 5:45. So, with that being said, Orleans, they win it 8-6, and we will see you all on Friday. Have a great rest of your Wednesday night. We'll see you on Friday against Bourne.